booty.
What happened last
Oh
time?
yeah.
What happened last time?
Big booty, big booty, big booty.
Nope, no. What happened last time? We're recording at this point. What are we? What are we doing?
It's a theater game we used to play.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of theater kids. I think over time,
Wow, shots fired.
I have
Jeez.
theater
He
kids
says
have
on
been the
recording.
greatest like
The theater kid.
anti-medicine, anti-drug to theater kids. There's like one or two cool theater kids, and then the rest of them are just, you can't have them all together. You know what? Maybe I'm just against having them all together. That might be the problem. There's one critical role, and everybody else is not critical role. They're the only theater kids that made it work.
I am offended.
I was hoping so. All right.
So we were in Aquarius, right?
Yeah, last we checked.
Yeah, we were in this beautiful ruin of this ancient city that had been rumored to have glowstone and mage candy and all these kind of valuable items that we were going to try and get. And we discovered when we ventured into the mines that it was first of all a very peaceful place that had some very positive effects on our well-being overall. But also there were these plants called starflowers that seemed to project the memories of some of the people from within the city. So as we explored, we went down a bunch of different pathways, and then we eventually made it into a room that had these massive generator type machines. And we discovered that we after taking the secret passageway to get there and skipping like half the dungeon or so, we discovered that this ruin of Aquarius used to actually be one of the ancient flying cities. It used to be one of the major magocracies, and it was actually destroyed by Forgath, the Warden of Flame. Forgath was challenged in battle by the individual who is now the champion of the Leviathan. I don't know if he was at that point. Maybe he's just always been jacked and then he decided to switch teams later on in life. I'm not sure what the story is with that, but I'm sure it's going to be really fun when we get there. We managed to pick up 3 of the power cores to the ancient flying cities. So now we hold
Arcane batteries.
Yeah, we hold 3 arcane batteries in our possession. So we could potentially do some interesting things with that.
Immediately, the idea was, can I upgrade myself with it? Think about how many upgrades I get with this.
So you know Iron Man?
So like, this is diesel fuel, right? Yes. And then this is like gas? Yes. So diesel fuel's like super gas. Nope. Those are different engines and different fuels for different systems.
Just shove it in there. And it's gonna be
so
fine.
if I put the diesel in, it's gonna go faster. And that's where we're at. So you guys got the ending. So the entire group is within the generator area right now. Above you is a gigantic crack in the ceiling where Forgath once expanded out. The end of that memory shows the individual falling down to where you originally found it inside the generator and dying. That's where the Starflower was formed. Once Forgath was attacked and then hit by the champion of Kozult. It is calm, it is still quiet, it is still serene, but it is dimmer. It seems like life is slowly draining, finally, out of the ruins of Aquarius.
Holy crap, Ganon, when did you get here?
Oh my god, that's right. So we never... Right. Okay, so Ganu... to catch Ganu up on where Ganu is, Jesus. So he went to go scout ahead on the corner once they explored all the places, and he got stuck in the corner. He was just too big, and so he just was stuck in the ruin, like in the cavernous passageway around to the back of the courtyard, where then everybody went underwater and found the rest of the dungeon is a huge water-filled city below. Ganu, stuck in there, was like, don't worry, guys. I'll watch your back so no one sneaks up on us. And then he was playing with a Drillix. Is that right?
Yep, Adrelix.
Okay. It sounded like Skrillex for me for a second there. I was like, uh-oh. Oh, Reed's hallucinating again. He played some tic-tac-toe games with him on the walls, so like he's stuck, he can't move because his chest is so big, but his arms are still free, so he's just like playing games up there. When they checked in on him, he was sleeping at one point, and he is currently still within that wall, because as much as I want him just to appear with the group, you're a little too deep for him to appear with you guys. You are at what would be the equivalent of the end of a Metroid game. You are at that point in the map on the Metroid game where then you have to go back to the surface. So what does the rest of you want to do? You left the rope. It's still up there. You can still backtrack your way.
Pretty sure the plan was to backtrack back to the rooms and maybe go look at the other rooms to see what other potential star flowers.
Okay, so
Did we grab the star flower? I don't.
Yes,
remember.
we obtained.
Yep.
I don't think we have every star flower though. I think we have
You're missing
3.
Two. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we still need 2 more.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
So making the long trek back.
You guys make the trek back. It is not a problem to go back in which the way you came through the shortcut. This is actually like would have been the fast way, you know, after you beat in a Skyrim dungeon, all of a sudden there's a stupid and then the wall opens up and you're like, yeah, bullshit. There you go. So you guys go check on Ganu at the surface, and you see Ganu has in fact gotten himself unwedged through the help of Adrilix, and he is just chinchilling in the courtyard waiting for his group. As you guys appear out of the well, Ganu, you can rejoin your group party as you can choose to search the rest of the Aquarius dungeon in hopes of finding 2 more of these star flowers to potentially unlock some secret room. Or you guys can leave. You solved it. You got your thing. So you didn't 100% the dungeon, but you did what you did. So those are your choices.
So we came here. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I just want to see if I can put some flair into what Ganu is doing right now.
Yeah, go for it.
So Ganu took his rope
Mm-hmm.
and attached it to a wall
Mm-hmm.
by means that I don't feel like getting into.
Sounds great.
And
Mhm.
he is doing jump rope with Adrilix. Like swinging around, Adrilix is jumping. And he's like doing like one of those like schoolyard
Double Dutch type thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really cute. But also, Adrilix can fly.
Yeah,
which in my mind, he's doing that, and Ganu's just flipping it while it's flying in the middle, and everyone's having a good time. So what does it matter? You don't have to tell him that. You don't have
That's
to rain on his
hilarious.
parade, Matthias. Jesus.
Don't ruin it, man.
It's beautiful. I'm glad you're all happy.
Oh, I didn't render out your cards. I can do that.
So do we want to go back on the main path to try and find the remaining 2? I feel like we came here for glowstone and we got these massive generators, but I don't think they're exactly what Sho could use or have Liket use to finish unlocking its potential. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't see why we wouldn't just look for more of these flower things. You know, even if it would just lead here or back to the engine room. Feels like we're leaving something up to
Wait,
chance. You know,
Did you just say to use these batteries for a weapon upgrade?
No, I
Oh.
said we specifically couldn't do that.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean,
I zoned out for a
but,
moment.
But also, I'm intrigued, Faith, because I want to know just how powerful that would be, but also probably not the moral thing to do.
Well, I mean, no. That'd be like using like an arcane fireball to start a bonfire.
Oh, I love it. That sounds like a very Reed thing to do.
Like
It is
like a
possible.
like a fireball from the highest level power of magic that like only Professor Azurn can cast, using it to start like a bonfire.
Literally,
Again,
when there's
possible.
a cantrip called "Create Bonfire."
Yep.
Exactly, literally exactly.
Meteor to create it. Oh my god, my house is on fire. And the campfire.
Sounds like mission
Started.
accomplished to me. So I don't quite remember what the main chamber looks like, but if we were to continue on the conventional path, what would that look like?
So right now we're in the courtyard.
You're in the courtyard, so you're gonna go back down the ba-da-da-da-da-da, into the tube, back into the water. You'll go right this time instead of left,
Yeah.
and explore whatever ruins are there. Remember, all the ruins look like the thing I shared like a month and a half ago that were like Shadow of the Colossus ruins. That's what
Stunningly beautiful.
Oh yeah. So, what'd you guys see down there?
Yeah, you
Oh
missed
my
the
gosh.
Kraken.
Was it cool?
It was very cool.
Giant squid
Yes.
thing.
We actually can show you some of it in a moment.
Ooh.
Let's go get the other flowers though.
Yeah, actually, it is important, Ganu, that you potentially see what we saw down there, because you need to like see things in order to transform into them. Is that correct?
No. No.
I'm just saying.
No.
If maybe
No.
we could get an artist's
No,
rendering.
it was perfect! It was perfect, Zach! Fuck you! No! He wasn't here! You could do this, I'm sorry. Your DM is interrupting your fun playtime.
I'm pretty sure there's a challenge rating cap, so you don't need to worry
There
too much
is,
about it.
but eventually he won't have to worry about that.
So let's go down that path. Let's go down right.
Cool.
Right?
I overheard about something super powerful, and then something not being moral.
Oh yeah, we should probably put those. Yeah, they're in the bag now. So they're like.
bag.
So,
Oh,
have
they
you
took it
heard
off
of,
you.
like those?
They took it off you.
Oh, they took it off me. Damn.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it's back. Now
But-
they're giving it
Now,
back.
now I have it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of? We've talked about how there's been like the floating cities before, right? Like Last Star used to be one.
Yep.
Well, these are batteries that not only make it fly, but give everything in the entire city power.
Ooh.
Like that powerful.
Is that the only use we know?
I mean, they're raw power, so you could use them for a lot of things, but like
Sure.
you probably shouldn't, because
Yeah.
it's probably difficult to make this kind of thing nowadays, if
Considering
even
it's-
possible.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Ash and Azurn be very interested in that?
Yep.
She would be, very much so.
Yeah. I
thi-
say we show them to her.
I
Yeah.
might even get out of having to write my thesis.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That
And
would
then
be
Do you
amazing.
even know mage culture? Do you even know mage culture in academia?
Oh, I do. I do.
just got a Nobel Prize. All right, bitch. Well, where the fuck's the schoolwork? Well, I mean, I was busy with the Nobel Prize stuff. Mm-hmm. That's a C from me.
Yep.
You see us get the
Canon show us to retake.
You've
all
gotta
his
you've gotta
classes.
learn how to balance your life. You've gotta.
You ever
There's
seen
no
Second
excuse for
teleport,
you
I
to
just
not
have to go
finish
back
my
periodically.
work.
Whenever I'm
Just to
not
get
here,
the
I'm just
license,
canonically working on my homework. Yeah.
It's like the college professor who's like too gung ho about their 1 credit course. It's like, listen,
You mean
you
my
better
advisor?
be finishing my homework.
Yep.
Yep.
So, did you ever see Bo Burnham on live TV say like
Yes.
"F you" to the drama teacher because the kid he cast in his movie, they didn't cast her in their fucking high school play?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're talking that kind of level of shit right now.
Yeah.
Is that really black at the end? All right. All right. So
Back into the well, taking
Back
the
into the
other
well.
corridor.
Oh god, no, god, no, no, god, oh no, god.
How long has it been? I assume not 24 hours.
No.
No, it has not been 24 hours. But I accidentally rendered the entire source instead of source in and out, so the stat blocks are weird right now.
It only looks weird on the ones who are multiclassed.
What?
Yeah, it only looks weird for weirdos.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's not the thing that's wrong.
Oh well.
Don't tell me. God damn it. No, it's
Everything else looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ganu looks awesome.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at the
Perfectly
animation
fine.
is crazy.
Oh, look at Show, not cut off at all. I mean, really, just
Beautiful.
Fits that
Stellar
square
work.
so well.
stellar work.
Square. Oh, well, he's in a circle.
He's probably studying right there. That's nice.
Art is fucking art, man.
Yes.
He's looking at the books on the shelf. He's like, "Where is this fucking book?"
Fuck.
Okay, so this was the error I was talking about.
Ooh.
It goes black, and then that's the other campaign because it rendered
Ah.
everything out.
Oh, what's up,
Mm,
That's Abel.
Abel? I know how to
then-
read. Okay. That's a big
it'll be
AC.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
They're level 9 too. Oh yeah. It's
Oh, it's far. Oh, they're
Yeah.
kind of far away. Okay. That checks out.
That's not how it works, but okay.
Is that your character, Hunter?
no.
No, that's somebody
Okay,
else's.
okay. Actually, I was
But
gonna say you wouldn't
he
play
like
a druid.
he explicitly explained to us in game why that's not how it works.
Okay, okay.
You should let your character die and name it Close.
I am Moa's brother, close.
Funny, I was wandering with him the entire time, and he told me he was.
Ironically, far away.
His real name's Farrell, but he hasn't earned the last bit of
Yes.
his name. That's it.
Mm.
Far
I
out.
got it. I'll make my super speedy monk for next campaign.
Oh,
Sun Ick.
okay, that's okay. I haven't heard of that shit.
Related to Son Goku, but you know, long lost relative.
I thought this was son of Iki Iki. I thought that's what you were going.
Oh,
for.
that works too. That works too. I was just thinking I gotta go fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well. All right, it's fixed. And if it's not, then I'm just gonna hide it all. And we're gonna move on. Okay,
Wow,
cool.
Faith looks
So,
great.
here we are. I got my map. So let's continue on the map. Okay. So you guys went behind the courtyard. You're in there. You're in area to the right. To the right. You're in this area right here. Very good. Okay. As you guys entered through, so you go down those clear pipes, magical blackness, and then eventually you can see in the water. You go to the right side into the ruins. As soon as you swim into what is a short, small-looking room, this appears to be almost collapsed in. So you go through the opening on here, and there seems to be a bunch of shit piled up, preventing you from getting further into the room. Like it's like this used to be piled up against the door, but the door no longer exists. So it looks like this was blocking whatever. And now that's not a problem, right? Where you guys are. But there's just a bunch of crap in front of you. So what are you doing in this pile of, rotting wood and crumbled marble and so on and so forth?
This room's still underwater, right?
Yes, everything's still underwater. So you guys are basically floating. At the beginning, you got like a couple feet past the threshold, and then there's just stuff blocking your way. But it's just a bunch of things and stuff and garbage and debris. You are level 9 heroes. You got this.
All right, guys. I think we can't progress.
Yeah, I guess we
any
gotta
further
turn
forward.
back.
We got
Come on.
Yeah,
Finally
you got a
got
point there,
to
Biff.
Ganu not knocking on the door. last night. Don't make it worse.
I want to look. I want to take a moment
Mm-hmm.
and kind of look at it, kind of like what Sho was doing when we first got in. Try to see if it looks like there's any points that might trigger a further collapse.
Investigation check. No, perception check. Screw you. Perception. You're perceiving this. You're not touching it because then it might collapse.
14.
14. It does look like certain areas would collapse. It's with a 14, you're just under where you might be able to use that to your advantage, but it is unstable, and it does not look like it really is a problem of how can we get past this? How can we break this down? How do we get past this and not get buried? Or
Is there anywhere that we can stabilize it? Or does it look completely unsalvageable?
It looks like rubble. It's not so much stabilizing it. It looks like it's just random stuff. You know, they're like what might have been a bench at one point, maybe some art, some massive vases or vases, whatever you want to call them. You know, might have been door frames this is all ramshackled stuff.
Just be careful, guys. It doesn't seem like it's completely stable, so we'll just have to be cautious moving things around.
Do we just want to move back, like real far away, and blast to hell?
I was going to suggest potentially just removing a little bit from the top so that we could just fit through and go over, if that's possible.
Demolition crew!
Which would you like to do?
We
Yes.
should destroy the whole thing.
I am gonna vote for Matthias's idea.
Tiebreaker show.
Oh shit.
What would show do?
What would show do? Pull a coin out of my pocket and I'll have Ganu flip it.
Underwater.
Ganu,
Let's go.
Underwater.
would you like heads or
slow-mo.
tails? Whichever one you choose, whichever one it lands on is
Wow, a real
your
archaeologist,
choice.
a real archaeologist here.
Yes.
Flipping a coin to determine if we do detrimental damage to historical relics.
I almost forgot how sassy you were, Faith. Okay, Ganu, here you go.
I mean, man, dude, those images work perfectly for those characters from Faith here to just show fucking not having shit.
So,
Oh my.
since we're underwater, Annifirth is translating all this stuff, and I
Yep.
like to think when Sho said that, he heard that, looked at Faith, and just said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna say that."
He's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
I know I can water breathe, but I don't want to drown.
Did you say you wanted me to choose?
Yeah,
Flip the coin.
Heads or tails?
flip the coin.
I will go with tails.
Okay.
We have a saying in my tribe.
All right, Ganu, roll a d100, and if it's over 50, it's tails.
Okay. Since we're underwater, I'm just gonna flip the coin as hard as I possibly can.
Pretty sure physics won't let it fucking flip. It
the
just
sheer
can't
physics of the
stop.
situation.
Hits the pile of rubble and it destroys it.
Oh, look at that, guys! Oh man, look at all the things you're looking for right there. Okay, let's get the fuck out of this dungeon.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. Hang on, here we go.
All right, heads it is.
27.
Heads it
As
is.
it is. All right,
All right.
Matthias.
We go delicately.
Dexterity
All right.
check. Sleight of hand check.
Oh, sleight of hand, you say?
Underwater as you swim up to the top.
25?
Easily. Yeah, of course this would work. Yes, this is how water and gravity works. And you just, boop, just knock some of that shit and it easily drifts to the bottom. You swim on through. All you guys have a clear opening in the wall without massive destruction. Not as fun, but still gets the job done.
That's my
That was pretty
motto.
anticlimactic.
Yeah, that could have been way cooler.
Could have been a lot more fun.
I mean,
Right.
you'll probably
Well-
thank me in about 3 minutes when you're not crushed by debris, but you know,
Well, this whole place is very fun
it's true.
Just
I'm having a
by
great time.
virtue of existing. So I'm having a good time.
Inside the room now, you get a little clearer look, but what lights once existed on here have now been extinguished from the removal of the power core gemstone crystals. What I call them?
Starflowers.
Nope. The other things.
Oh, the arcane battery.
Arcane battery cores? I feel
I
like core
have-
was somewhere in there.
I have power core
Power
written
core.
down.
Yeah, see? Power core. With removal of power core, it seems like it is. A lot of the city has drained of whatever ambient energy that was still powering it all these thousands and thousands, if not millions of years later. I haven't decided. Probably thousands. Inside this room, it looks like this is almost more like a formal gathering area. It was a place that people could meet friends, see one another, especially between species as well. It actually almost seems like this was a room that didn't used to have water that is now flooded with water. And because you can see like tanks and openings where creatures would have came up out of to then speak to land dwellers or people on both sides of the sea. The room itself then branches down. I guess that would be the only place is going down through that tunnel, as all the other sides are all collapsed down in where there used to be other doorways. Those looked just completely rubble like the tower earlier. It doesn't look like there's anything progressing, and it's being beaten into the mountainside as well, and all the rubbles.
As we are going, I just want to reiterate that I am continuing to look around for any of that glass with reddish yellow liquid inside it.
Absolutely. Passively, nothing of really interest in this room. Basically, this room seems oddly empty. You can see aspects of singeing in here, but nothing like you've seen in other places. It just seems like not an overlooked lost room that you might find on in the Titanic. It's not empty. It's dressed and everything like that, but it's like there's nothing of value, nothing to loot. There's nothing.
Nothing of monetary value.
No. So do you press on?
Yeah.
All right. As you guys swim down, you come into a much bigger room. This almost looks as if it is a play area of sorts, where children and families would get together. And unfortunately, this is where things get dark, as you see remnants of bones all throughout of the family and friends and people and creatures that were all gathered in here. Where the last defense was those rooms being piled up before. Here's where everyone was trying to hold out in almost like the community center type of area. And as you know now, Forgath and his forces came through and devastated and destroyed many of these people.
Are there signs of that fire, the black soot that we've seen all over the place?
No.
or-
It doesn't come in this way. It seems that his destruction was quite different. His destruction was specific to different areas, which will lead you to believe something else became of the individuals that died in here. Dim lighting, the natural glow of the moss that's still inside here. And I'd even say certain things are probably shimmering and glowing in the plants that make it a bit easier to spot now that all the lighting has been changed.
I'm gonna go take a look at that.
Okay. As you get closer, you can find. Honestly, I'll say because the way you did this in the order, they're gonna stick out a little easier from their open. So it's glowing, which would be in one of the like playgrounds areas, way underneath what has been all collapsed down. You glimpse again one of those starflowers. You can try to remove them. That is going to be the same sleight of hand check again to remove those flowers without
just
damaging
gonna-
them.
I'm just gonna kind of call out, because it's water.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just hear my loud voice, and I'm just kind of like waving my one glowing bracelet with the light spell on it.
I'll swim over and assist her.
As you swim through the deafening silence of these waters, there is a somberness that hits the entire crew, just seeing the remnants of an entire lost civilization. Kind of think on the level, remember in Uncharted 4, I think it is, where you just find all those skeletons outside a door in that one area, or maybe that's Lost Legacy. It might be Lost Legacy.
Well, there was a couple in a cave in 4, but there was like a ton piled up from a giant battle in Lost Legacy.
That's the one. So you're talking kind of that way, with a variety of species, all different kinds of aquatic species inside here. What was your roll for your sleight of hand?
18.
18. Yep, easy enough. You're able to get it and recover the flower. You guys want to play the memory or no?
Yeah, 1 second. Is there anything of like sentimental or personal value to the civilization in here? Well, it doesn't have to be like fancy or anything, just anything.
Absolutely. You can find the remnants now that you start going around with light as you can, and light spells show. You can see this is probably like a gold mine in the sense of cultural artifacts, as all the people were hoarding, they're taking them the most important thing with them. So you can find like marble stone etchings of family portraits or family crests, symbols, symbology, poems. This is littered throughout on these almost like I forget what they're called, but they're shells that you would find on the beach, but they kind of look like a flower shape out. God, I forget what they're called. The way they look, it's just a normal looking shell. Just go with that. There's actually you can a specific name, and you can identify them, but it's like engraved. A lot of this seems to be a very common practice of these people to engrave very important things on the back of these larger shells that are feel like marble, but they're shell. Like some animal must produce these or create these, or their own aquatic blacksmiths create these specifically for this artistry. That's all present. Those are the things that would have survived. Any of the like things that would have eroded over time, like toys they would have made, books and stuff like that. All that stuff has been just destroyed by the water time and the whoever or whatever took the lives of these people.
I would like to take not a literal handful, but like a handful of artifacts for artifacting purposes.
Yeah.
But also another one for us, because I want to take it out of the water and kind of into the main area of sorts.
Okay.
After we finish in here.
Okay. As you guys are exploring, you do know you find 2 other ways out of the room. One of which you can see the doors themselves have all been collapsed in a bit, but there's like, it's one of those like everything has fallen down, but in a video game classic where like, I could swim through the center of that. I think I can just fit through the middle. So that's one way. And then another way is looks to be just gigantic doors that open up to like maybe a throne looking area, are just battered in and cracked open to the side and perpetually open at this point, and lead into yet another area.
I, as a player, don't recall if we play the memory from the flower, does the flower wither or
No.
No,
You can do it as many
but
times as you want.
I'm pretty sure it has to be secured down to
Yes.
play.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So did we want to wait until we set it in the
I think there was also another one that we didn't watch
Okay.
for that
So
reason.
we'll watch them when we get them all in place.
Maybe.
Because they were
It'll be like a movie.
used. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were used to like open a gate where there was a puzzle.
Or
I
no.
recall.
We did that when we transferred one into the meeting room.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because not everybody was there when we collected it.
Okay. So bottom line is we're gonna wait until we get it
Yes.
into its proper location.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so which way would you guys like to go? Swim through the small opening or into the larger looking room?
How small is the small opening?
It's small in the sense of like somebody swimming through straight can fit in as long as they're not wider than a shark.
Ah, so Ganu could not fit.
He can fit. A full-grown great white.
Fair.
So again, who couldn't fit?
I can scout ahead if we would like, just to see if that opens up into a larger chamber, if it leads to a dead end. What do you guys think?
Let's just all
go
all
together.
go.
No
Yeah.
reason not to.
Works for me. We'll go the salt.
We don't need
Also, I
Scouts.
swim faster than you, so
Well, fine then, Miss.
So she can start swimming away.
Shark.
My bubbles.
I have a swim speed.
I don't
All right.
want to be left behind again. You guys had fun without me, and I didn't like that.
I'm sorry.
I'll never have
Ganu.
fun without you again, Ganu.
Thank
Again,
you.
now
I
you know how we
appreciate
feel when you go off on your own.
it. Well, I invite people.
Oh my god. You have a point, I guess. But you're still not right. You're not wrong, but you're not right either.
In our defense, it was Matthias's idea.
Yeah, Matthias didn't invite you.
It was entirely his fault.
Yeah, what the hell, Matthias? Why didn't you invite Ganu, dude?
So you guys go through with quite ease into a room that this one is the all sorts of storage. It looks to be like for spoiled food for the most part. This has some of the most fungal growth that you can see that you've ran into in the entirety of this ruin. Inside here, you get all sorts of colors, especially like bright yellow fungi that have been eating all the rations and food that have been here for ages. Clearly enough to survive 1,000 years, if need be, all gone to waste down here in the ruins. These people were prepared to even tough it out if need be. Especially something goes wrong with the city in the sky, you would have to have layers upon layers of protection, which in the form of feeding your loved ones is aisles and aisles and aisles of food. So there's all these racks and racks, very similar to what you guys might see in a warehouse where you donate food, a food shelter drive, a
Bank.
food kitchen. God damn it, I can't
A
remember.
food donation bank.
Yes, a food donation bank is very much what this looks like. And inside this room, many things are being covered in moss and fungi inside here. But you do have a little glow because a lot of them are giving off even a little bit of warmth to the area as well because of the process in which they are consuming the food and burning energy. It's a very slow one that allows them to consume this at a much slower pace over long periods of time. What do you guys do?
Any flowers, any glass?
Make a investigation check.
15. No, sorry.
As-
13.
No. What do you mean 13? I said 15, goddammit.
I had bad math. I had bad math skills.
No. 13.
What'd you find over there, Faith?
As you explore around, Faith, you begin to try and start searching through some of the different shelves, and you find many of the same types of pottery and artwork inside here, cracked or fallen from its places. And you even get into a location where you see a lot of food has actually been like assaulted. That like this is the equivalent of someone taking a spear to grain and stabbing them into the sacks to draw it out. You find that in different areas inside here, not specifically grain, but I'd say the equivalent of certain pots that have been like penetrated, and then whatever in waters, medicines, herbs, food was inside are long drained out at that point, because you can tell from the discoloration of the area, the water, of the surrounding walls compared to other fungi covered and algae covered walls. It's difficult to see in here because the algae gets so thick thriving in this area. So you really don't find anything of substance in this ruin besides, I'd say maybe some of the really well packaged, like almost like ancient canned food type of deal, but in like marble pottery. I'd say you'd probably find a couple shelves of these in like potted, almost Greek style form, full of some foods, and on there you can see like symbols of like one that looks like a fish, one looks like some sort of maybe vegetable, maybe one some sort of maybe fruit, and they are all still intact. The fungi hasn't gone all the way down the shelf yet and eaten them all, but it's been working its way through over the years. Let's say this is on the very bottom shelf, and it's probably the last one left of the shelves.
I don't think I'm finding anything of crazy value down here.
Did you remember to
seems
look
like-
with your eyes?
Wow.
Got 'em.
Very backwards
Wow.
way of offering inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was
Yeah,
not
any-
inspiring at all.
Ooh.
Any
Like-
insults?
What? That was
Maybe
quite a
insult
quite a
all
sight
to,
there.
Oh my
I look at Adifirth, and he's the only one. He's been with me so long. He's the only one that gets this.
Yeah.
He gets this moment where I'm absolutely considering dropping the water breathing on Matthias in this moment.
Oh
I
no.
consider it for just a couple seconds, and then I huff.
The tiniest bit of panic inside Anford for a second, where he sees that look in his sister's eyes, and all of a sudden looks
Oh,
over to
fuck.
Matthias, and just the vision of Matthias being like,
I like how the huff underwater is just like bubbles.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the same look he sees whenever I encounter Corinne.
"This is beautiful."
That Zach, I just want to let you know that made me want a bard that all of his inspirations were given through
Insults.
Insults. Yeah.
Petty
Or-
bard? I love that.
So a normal bard.
So a normal
Yeah.
bard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not special.
But it can't be
British bard.
mean. It's
No,
like
no.
it can't be
It's one of those things
vulgar.
where
It's got to be
It's got a
really.
teeter on that
No.
edge.
It's one
Yeah.
of those things where like he says it like it's a compliment, but it's actually an insult.
Yes. I'm in for this.
Kind of
next
sounds
third
like
campaign.
the very British, like taking the piss out of things.
Yes. So we just want a British bard. Okay.
Yeah.
Which
So
then
so Tellius,
so-
but meaner.
yes, or
I
what's
can
his
do
name,
that.
Witcher boy, but in the bard
Oh,
position.
Yaskir. Yeah.
Yassiker.
Yes, here.
All right. Anyway,
So was that intended to be a inspiration for the role I already made?
Yeah. But
That's not how this
That's
works.
not how that works.
That's not how this works.
if I was in
Show,
here
do you
like
wanna
3 seconds
investigate?
earlier.
I do.
okay. So you take a look with
21.
inspiration. Okay, cool.
21. I don't need the inspiration.
You don't need the bardic inspiration. So you just inspire faith, which fails because what you said was utterly uninspiring, and so she just goes and pouts, so nothing comes of it.
Interesting. Doesn't normally happen that way.
Sho, instead, going past the petty drama of his close friends, starts to look through and begins to do his God-given talents, born-given talents, his natural aptitude for dungeon delving, and he knows, algae and moss and stuff, you disturb them, they can ruin some stuff, but also, they're actively destroying what belongs in a museum! And he starts just ripping this algae and shit off the walls, and moving things around, as Faye's like, whoa, I thought we weren't supposed to be doing that! And Sho's just totally like, no, this is the part where you gotta get your hands dirty when you're doing some of the archaeology here.
This
sometimes
matters to our own hands.
He even takes out a little tool underwater, and he's like banging on some stuff that you would, normally get some mud and crap out of. Maybe it's almost like a mini pickaxe shit. And
I'm like scraping away the moss.
yeah, but as you're doing it though, like absentmindedly, there's like a tube that comes out, and a little goes in that. It goes in a pocket. A little bit smudge goes in a book or something.
I'm
like this
also,
shit's
like,
happening underwater.
Yeah. I have like a water brush. I'm like brushing off stuff too, and like cleaning it, kind of. Yeah.
As soon as he starts ripping up the fungus, Ganu will excitedly join in and start like throwing it up in the air.
We're just slowly falling back down onto the group. So not you two, but on the other three, you guys are getting covered in fungus from Ganu just having a blast. And the two of them together
He's like a dog in the mud.
What looks to be a door with arcane inscriptions on it that it's actually glowing on there. The door itself is closed. It is almost resembles that of almost a jail cell. And there is a arcane, like in the way that you would have those slits and you would look through that thing, but it's all normal that way. So jail cell might be a little too harsh. It might just be like, that's the password. What do you want? What you want? Like that shit.
Nice. Crazy Earl. Love
yes. And there is an arcane, clearly glowing lock on it. But it looks like of the 4 runes, 3 of them have long since faded. There's only 1 left, and it looks super goddamn weak.
I will
just dispel it.
Yeah, can you just dispel that, Gay?
I can try.
Use your powers. I believe in you. I can't inspire you, but I believe in you.
Okay, yeah.
Which just sounds like blub blub blub, I'm sure, right now.
I'm speaking to people telepathically. So.
Okay, can I respond telepathically, or do I just?
Nope.
Oh,
Not
that's
me.
nice.
Oh, it's a one-way street. Oh.
Okay, so I will just gesture like. Huh.
Yeah. So I go for it and dispel.
Yeah.
Okay. What level?
You said it looks weak as shit. Is that what you said?
No.
That might be exactly what I said. You
Okay.
you may have me there on the quote.
Third,
I do
third
recall.
level.
Good level?
Yep.
It fades. You see the door just gets opens.
I got it.
Let's go. Oh, I said blub blub blub. But you see me shaking my fist in triumph.
I fist bump his fist.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys swim in, you see there's immediate L bracket to go up.
I'll gesture to the rest of the party to come hither.
Everyone follows. You guys go up the tube, and then you actually emerge out of the tube and find yourself in the thumbnail I shared with you guys yesterday, inside what looks to be almost like a laboratory, very sterile, dim. It looks like almost all the power is now drained, and you can actively see things like fading. There was clearly power on that was still maintaining maybe experiments or keeping things warm or cold. All that is now shutting down. And there's just this blue glow inside this like almost glass looking shower that it, like if it was just like a rectangle and then each side was opaque and you can just see there's like some sort of glowing sprite in the center that is just this blue glow. There does not appear to be any door handles or anything on it. They're just a glow. What do you guys do inside as you emerge from this pool of water, having the force of gravity act upon you once again now that you are out of the water?
I'm gonna approach the shower container thing.
The giant glowing thing in the room, you go towards that? That seems wildly out of character.
Inconceivable.
That is, wow, what a bold move. Okay. You go towards the only point of interest I described in the room. Okay. All right. As you approach,
They've never done this before.
they don't. Honestly, I was like, all right, what's in all the other shit? I gotta start getting that together. Okay. You go towards it, and as you approach, as soon as your body gets within about 2 feet of it, on the outside, almost like holograms, an interface pops up in a language you don't understand.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Anafarth?
Yeah, what you got?
It'll take me like 10 minutes to be able to read this, so you can take a look.
I'll take a look.
Okay.
What does it say?
It's a bunch of commands. It's a command, so it's kind of think of like a floating keyboard type of deal, but not in keyboards layout. You know, it's kind of got like circle spinning stuff where there's like 4 sections split up, and then another section in the middle of a circle. There's little squares and stuff that are floating, and they're labeled on a bunch and a bunch of different actions. There is on their open, close, euthanize, feed. There would be temperature. The one to the right, the circular one, is a temperature thing. So increase temperature up or down, atmospheric pressure left and right. And that's probably the majority of what you guys. You don't need more. The rest of it would just say scientific mumbo jumbo. We don't need more options. That was already too many options, most likely. Let's start there, and then we can figure it out.
I will relay that to everyone. So these buttons have their own-
There's also interface. I do need to mention that one. Interface is in there as well.
And
Did you say euthanize?
he
He did say euthanize.
And these buttons are all like, are they the same shape, or are they? I mean, I know you said the circle button on the right with the temp and the pressure.
Let
but-
me I'll give you a little drawing here. Looks a little something like this. And it's floating, and it's kind of like floating red.
I'll read out loud to everybody as I read the buttons, so that everybody can participate in this Club Cranium.
So it's sort of like that floating
Okay,
above. Which would be then like, this is the wall would be back here. And this is just sort of shimmering in the water. So the shower is behind it, and it's just sort of, Jesus, this flips it so many times on my cameras. But yeah, so it's kind of like that and that's split up into its little sections and everything. And it's kind of like Tony Stark, stuff, but it's not Tony Stark stuff.
Right.
Use your fucking imagination. All right, here we go. What are you guys doing?
So this is the user interface for this specific chamber, shower-like chamber in the center, presumably where they held live experiments on whatever. Is there any kind of evidence of any living organism in there right now?
Yeah, I was gonna take a look and try to see if there's something in it.
As you peek in, you only see just that glowing aura on the inside, the blue glowing aura. It's opaque. It doesn't look like there's anything like a wolf or human being, but it's tough to tell like what's on the other side.
Interface is a button, right? It's not like a.
Yes, you can just click interface. So
I'm gonna click it.
okay, you click interface. You can hear an audible, like dial tone, basically.
Oh no, they have dial-up.
Cut 'em a
It's not
break.
quite
They
that,
were-
but
they were an old city.
Yeah.
That's probably because we took out the.
do you do it? You just sort
power.
of just you tap that, and then do you do anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Pet, do anything over there, Faith? Nothing at all.
It's just glowing.
Is someone there?
Nope, no one's home.
Was that audible?
That was indeed audible to the entire either group after you hit the interface button.
And was that in common?
Yeah, actually it is.
Shit.
Actually, that definitely is. But it sounds like a very old version of common, where,
The oldie English.
yeah, but it's
Ah.
he might have
Doth
used a word that's
someone
slightly
cometh.
off, yeah, but it's not too like that shit, and it's also the words were so like far and few between, but it just sounds a little like it's foreign enough.
Archaic.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we're here. Are you there? Where are you?
Are you still touching the button or no?
No,
Yep. So no response.
of course not.
Jennifer.
Jennifer may be pretty, but he's not smart.
What
Jennifer-
did you hit?
Yeah,
dude?
what'd you touch?
Hit this one. It says interface. Don't really know what that word means, but
It's the space between your face.
No, it's
He's
like,
right. No, he's right. You know.
It's like in your face.
oh, you think I insulted him then? Is that why he talked?
Just hit it
insult.
again.
Well, if it
Well,
was
we
an
could
insult, I don't know.
apologize. Maybe. Yeah.
He's not talking to us now.
Press the button again.
All right, press it. I let go immediately.
Okay.
No, he's so stupid.
Hello?
You let go of the interface.
Yes.
When he
Alright.
touched it, did we hear anything, or was it just he just touched it?
You
and
probably
nothing
slightly
happened?
heard like almost like movement, not like fast or anything, but like the slow stirring of something very briefly. As soon as he like let go, then all of a sudden kind of cut off.
Did you guys hear that when he touched the button?
Yeah, there's something in there.
I'm gonna press the button and hold it down.
Okay. Do you say anything?
Hello?
Hello? Whose voice do I hear after this time?
Pressing the button down. We are a group of adventurers who came upon this ancient city.
The ancient city. Is the
Um,
sea and the sky no longer flying?
No, unfortunately, it was many centuries ago. It was taken down from the sky. It was fallen because of an attack by a massive red dragon creature.
Sounds familiar, but I sit in the fog. I don't know how I got in here. I was put in here, or if I put myself in here. Someone talked to me once before. Told me this was what was necessary. And then everything went silent. For ages.
Well, do you... Who are you, or what are you?
I don't know. I have had a long time to think about what I am. I know I am me, and I exist. But in what plane and in what world, I cannot say. I cannot even see if I have flesh and bone, or if I am something of another kind. Or I'm a spirit lost to a world. I am unsure. But I do know I exist. This is true. I am within some confines. This is true. I have been trapped here. This is true. The rest is fog.
Take my hand off the button.
Anna, is there any kind of button that would allow us to see in the chamber? Because I can't. It's opaque. I can't really see through it right now.
Yeah, anything, or at least bring up information.
All I have is interface, open, close, euthanize, feed. You can ask him if he's hungry. I press the button, I hold it, and I say, "Are you hungry?"
Oh, no. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Has my voice changed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
It just told me to crack.
It didn't.
Okay.
It's lying.
It's working. I thought he was like, no.
Yeah, I was
not
like,
to
this
eat
is
anything.
suddenly taking his whole ship. He's like, oh, these motherfuckers again.
Where were we?
I asked him if he was hungry.
I do not hunger. I am not hungered for. Have I ever hungered? I'm sure.
I click the feed button.
A strange war. Is this what hunger is?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's warm, but if you're too warm, I can tap the temperature down.
You can do what?
Are you still warm?
The feeling sort of faded. Whatever you did before.
I just look around at everyone. I'm like,
I want to look around the room to see if there's anything that might pertain to this chamber.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Can I also, in the image anyway, it's like a four-sided chamber. If I walk around to the other sides, do any other interfaces pop up?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay.
16.
As you investigate around the room, you begin to notice there was clearly some sort of tussle that occurred inside here. There was clearly some sort of fight. Ryan's digging for gold. Is there? You're on camera, Ryan.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Juan
You're
is gonna
really
laugh
going
at you
for
2
one.
months from now.
One was getting him. Yeah, Juan's gonna be like, ow, ow! What a Ganu moment. He really gets into character, man. He is a method actor, let me tell you.
Truly the Leonardo DiCaprio of our group.
Yup. He is the best at role playing. I think he's role playing.
I hope he's roleplaying.
He's so deep, he's lost in the sauce.
Anyway,
He's become Ganu.
I wouldn't have commented if you didn't start knocking your head back. Anyway, fuck. Around the room. So what you find is there's a bit of a tussle that has happened around the room. There is all sorts of different, like what would be like coolers, freezers, cabinets, and such. Things that have been laid out are mostly broken and thrown to the side and shattered, but some of them are still, again, cooling or heating from their processes that were being maintained by the power core that is no longer active. Inside here, it seems like everything has been pretty well preserved with time. So you can see sketches and notes on the walls of arcane devices and such. You can try to decipher these arcane devices if you so choose.
I might sit down and start ritual casting comprehend languages just to
Go for it.
make it a little easier.
It's a good idea.
Smart
As you
lads.
go around the sides, the first on the right side. So when facing it, you go to the right, and so I guess it would be if we go from the top view, we'll call it north, south, west, east. We're looking down onto the chamber. You guys interface from the south side, so now you're going around to the east side of it. You see a heart monitor, and you can see the beating of a heart with vital signs on there.
I'm copying Faith.
Okay.
I have a +3 to medicine. Do I have any general knowledge of what a normal person's heart rate is supposed to be?
Yes, you do, especially with a +3. The heart rate and beat on this individual is so slow they should be dead. For a human.
Well, clearly they're not human.
I mean, yeah, assuming
How dare you.
based off that this person, this individual is not human. Do I know of any creatures that can serve? Ganu, do you know of any creatures that could survive with this slow of a heartbeat?
You can make a nature check.
Nature check. I figured. Nope.
With advantage. Because you know this stuff.
That's better. 21.
That's
Nice.
Better. Blue whales typically have really slow heartbeats, and that was shared to you with the Forever Reef stuff when it's like fun fact time. That is definitely fun fact shit that they're like, yeah, we're gonna share this, and it was like, no way. So that's like, again, who's never forget that shit. Trying to think. These are this one. There it is. Elephants have slow ones.
Big things.
Yeah, the bigger the animal, typically the slower the heartbeat. It looks like, according to real life notes.
So based off that, we can kind of conclude that it's not human and
So-
it's fairly large.
I know blue whales and elephants have particularly slow heartbeats. Oh my!
How many beats per minute do
God.
you think they are? Fun facts.
40s
For which one?
for the elephant.
All right. Anybody else want to take some
Right.
guess?
A BPM?
Yep. Beats per
I'm gonna
minute
go
for
with,
elephant
like-
and blue whale.
I'm gonna go
Sorry?
with like 20.
I
Four.
was gonna say 23.
Okay. For which one?
For the whale.
The
Okay.
whale, and like 30 for the elephant.
Okay. We got Luke.
'Cause what's the normal
I was
human?
gonna say
It's
20
I
like
have no idea. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I don't know how many.
isn't the normal human like 70? Hunter definitely knows this.
Yeah.
70?
What?
Fucking.
That was amazing.
60 to 100 is normal.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 to 100 beats per minute.
That's quite the range.
Humans suck.
So,
Humans are wild.
yeah. A human really cannot survive with a sustained heart rate down below like 40.
Okay.
Usually you have a major problem that needs to get fixed within a couple days.
A couple
Luke,
days.
you haven't made a
Oh.
guess yet.
What if your
Your
heart's
credibility's on the line.
15.
For which one?
The elephant.
I'd say the bigger it is, the slower it is. So I'd say like maybe like a 15, maybe up to a 20 for a blue whale and like 30s for an elephant.
All right, here we go. I had to derail the game for this. This is so.
No, it's actually quite intriguing.
Elephants, heart rate of elephants, according to this iloveveterinary.com blog, animal heart rates.
I believe them.
The heart rate of an elephant is 30 beats per minute.
Let's
We had a
go.
lot
Let's
of people
go.
spot on
Okay.
for that one.
Yes.
Blue whales are 8 to 10 beats per minute.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's crazy.
wild?
Wow.
That blew my
That's
mind.
so cool.
Giraffes are 150. Cheetahs are 120.
Giraffes are 150. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Got it. Well, they're probably so tall they gotta pump that blood to
Fucking
everything.
crack addicts with that neck.
Cheetahs are 120 to 170. A pygmy shrew is 1,300 beats per minute.
Okay, that's
Oh.
the real crack addict. My bad.
Hummingbirds are 1,000.
Yeah.
Yep. That's correct.
Hummingbirds have to constantly eat or they'll literally die.
But the pygmy shrew.
Yeah. Cats are
The
140
pygmy,
to
shrew, the
220.
pygmy shrew is the same. It's constantly eating.
Yep.
And you know what? Dog is 60 to 140. They are literally the superior animal. They were made. They were made for us. There's no doubt in my mind. Dogs
Or,
were made for
hear
us.
me out. We made them for us.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's actually correct. You're right. We did do that. What do you think of cow? Pulse of a cow. That's how they write
Man,
that. What's the pulse
Fuck
of a
cows.
1 beat per minute.
Well,
0, because I'm eating it.
cow? Okay.
Yum, yum, yum.
48 to 84. All right, let's get back to the game.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We discovered a minigame within the game.
Okay, anyway. Hey, checking the other sides.
Yeah.
All right. The north side has a running counter on time for how long the individual has been locked inside, and it's all maxed out. It's all 99999999999 for how long the counter was. It looks like it kept track for up to 10,000 years.
Okay.
Damn.
So it's been more than 10,000 years for this guy. Person. What is
Thing.
what does the west side say?
And the
Strong side.
west side is cracked,
Left.
broken. Like when you go towards it, the interface is all fucked up. Like it got like something like
Smashed.
classic, like fighting happened. Oh no, the control panel's broke. What do I do? Well,
Okay.
action movie style. So that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
unsalvageable.
The control
You guys have
panel-
limited information. You don't get. It is not a perfect game. You must make.
Tell us if you're evil or not. God.
He sounded really nice, and he might be a blue whale. So I think
You know if blue whales like it cold or hot? And high pressure or low pressure?
I mean, since you can communicate with the person, you really don't need to guess.
I mean it sounds like he's just chilling. So I think he's fine.
Well, I mean, this person's been trapped here again for at least 10,000 years, most likely way more.
Long time.
It is a long time. I wonder why they're held here, but I also wonder if they shouldn't be free.
Okay, I'm just gonna make a point. Last time we ran into this issue, we let loose a champion of Lolth.
That's what I'm saying.
we should probably find some more information before we just
Very-
let something out, you know?
That was very
We shouldn't just open a box and be like, all right, you're free to the world. Like, maybe there's a reason it's in here. Maybe it's not necessarily like a prison. Maybe it's more of like a stopping something destructive from killing half the world, you know?
Matthias,
what-
Sounds like
what-
a prison
on
to
the
me.
broken side,
Uh-huh.
you can see a little bit into this
Okay.
this box. There is the last star plant inside there.
Oh, it's in there,
It's inside.
guys. We
Alright.
have to open it.
you
No,
don't.
no, we don't.
No,
No,
you
we
don't.
don't. We have the power
do,
of
you,
magic.
do you not hear what I just said?
We have the power of magic.
So
It's
say,
Ah!
This is completely different. We've talked to the person inside, and he sounds great. And we had no idea what was inside the box, and these sketchy people were trying to open it. Completely different situation.
I'm just saying, maybe we look around the room a bit.
That's
our track
fair.
record for
That's
Maybe we
releasing
find
things
out,
into the world
like,
is-
Does something say, oh, this is a Tarask in a box? A miniature
That would-
Tarat, like, you know?
That would suck. That
It
would really
would.
suck.
You know what's wild is
Would.
we've seen one of those. I feel like I shouldn't have seen one of those, and I have, and I don't like it.
I imagine a Tarask could possibly have a slow heartbeat too.
Well, we all fought the Tarask in Mirror World. That was a good
Yeah.
time.
I mostly tried to stay away from it, but you know,
Say a good time, I
Um,
mean not a good time.
I do agree with you, Faith. The more information we have in this situation, the better. But I'm
Yeah.
also considering if this being does happen to be powerful and we release it, does it not owe us some kind of debt?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we did release like a dragon friend that just was pretty chill.
Oh yeah, it's not all been bad.
Yep.
It is 50-50 right now.
It's
Like
a
I
And
little
I
worse
have a
than that,
good
but-
Just-
feeling about tipping
I'm
the
just saying,
scales.
maybe wait like 2 more minutes so me and
No,
Sho
yeah,
can
give it
finish
a
our
sec.
spells.
Give this a sec.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you guys are
no,
messing with
you-
the ritual.
Okay, sorry.
You're definitely right.
Let's be nerds in peace, okay?
Yeah.
I whispered again. You think I should feed him again?
Oh, what are the other options?
Was euthanize.
Well, there, yeah.
Show mutters under his breath.
I don't think any of these other ones are any good options right now, unless we want to change the temperature or the pressure.
Or you could fucking kill it. God damn it.
I like how Reed just threw that option in there.
You threw that in like, you sick monster.
Oh, I will also tell everybody the last flower is in that chamber. You can see it if you look right there.
Oh,
Could you see?
did you see the creature?
Hey,
We're not gonna just gender this thing,
As you
okay?
look in, all it seems to be like a glowing aura above. You get only a glimpse. It's tough to see, but it just looks like a glowing blue wisp.
wisp, you say?
Yes. Wisp, I do say.
Can I?
Wisp.
Oh! I cast see invisibility.
Okay.
It lets me see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and I can see into the ethereal plane.
Ooh. Fuck, what's the ethereal plane? Fuck.
So it's
Fuck.
like kind of the in-between spaces between all of the planes. Like a lot of spirits would dwell in that space.
Ow.
If somebody casts a blink spell, that's where they go when they disappear. That kind of thing.
Oh no.
They told me this spell was useless. And I
Well,
laughed at them.
You put a lock in front of you. He wanted you to pick it, but you just got the key instead.
I mean, to be fair, we could just throw the lantern of revealing on that thing too and see what happens.
That's true. We also
Cough, cough. Show mutters under his breath.
I'm
That's what
making
it
the
was.
executive
Actually say
decision
that or no?
that you don't see anything on this one, but you.
Come on.
No, I'm giving you
Mustelka.
everything else. No, that's the whole trick of the thing, is you can't see the thing, so that defeats the whole fun of the fucking puzzle. God damn it.
All right. Yeah, I
You
can't
have,
really.
you get the sense that this thing may be in another dimension.
So
It might be held in another dimension.
It's held in a
Also-
dimensional lockbox.
You also could have just said that the box containing it is impervious. Like you just don't get.
But that's so lame. That happens so
Yeah.
often. Your thing just doesn't work. Well, he fucking got it right. He really did. He really did that time. And
How
I
many times
didn't
am I
know
gonna
that
actually use this spell,
existed.
you know?
So fuck me. God
If you
damn
insist.
it. No.
So
For the
So-
sake of your DM being a bitter sore loser, no. You're gonna play the game. I want you to play. God damn it.
So I'll tell the group I can't really see whatever it is in there. I
tough to
can
make
see the
out.
flower. It's tough to make out. I can see it's a blue aura like you can kind of see from the outside, but it's difficult to make out. And I will say, whenever Matthias tends to use his magic, it's not original. It's like he's seen you guys do stuff and it's like a slightly altered version of that.
Oh, so you're just copying me?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got copyrights on this magic. Yeah, pay up.
Like I've seen like y'all
Matthias
cast
is made
detect
in
magic
China.
and your eyes glow all weird and I'm like, I wonder.
Matthias is doing his fucking watches at night. That's what he's been learning. Teaching himself magic.
That's cool. I had to study years for that. You just got it. Fuck.
Got a good eye.
Because you studied years for it. That's why.
Yeah, good teachers.
You and Faith sitting there arguing about shit and being like, no, it's easy once you get it here. And Matthias just like, yeah, it is. You're right.
Fuck.
So was
Alright.
Matthias able to discern that it was in a different dimension with his spell, or he just wasn't able to see it at all?
Well,
He wasn't
I
able to
would-
see it. It's blurry. You, the players, know because the DM awards you that information.
Mhm.
yeah, I would know that it's specifically not in an ethereal plane.
Right. But I'll say that you felt like the image couldn't stay. You couldn't form whatever it was. And it's
Okay.
almost like a
Rorschach.
Warshak? It is Warshak.
Rorschach.
Warshak painting where it keeps being all these like ink spots constantly and nothing's forming. So you can't really see what you want to see.
Man, this ritual is over now. Good job, Faith.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I meant to say
Yeah.
that like a while ago.
Hey, Annifirth, you still got that lantern?
Yeah, why?
I wonder what happens if we shine it in the cage or whatever that is.
I'll hand it to Show.
Mm-hmm.
No. You do the honors.
Alright.
It's your lantern now.
I will hold up the lantern.
Anfirth
Point it to
explodes. It was a bomb the whole time. Show revealed to be the villain of campaign 3.
All
Two.
Very long time.
The long con. It
You
was
hold-
I who opened the
hold
box for Loathe.
You hold, God damn it. You hold up the
I cast Hold Monster.
the lantern and nothing changes. It's still the same.
Okay. Faith, you see that star thing?
Yeah.
What if you just use the mage sand on it?
I could try, but last
You can't
time,
get into the box. You have to open the box to get the star thing. The box isn't like it's damaged
I'm
where you
gonna
can
look-
see through, but you can't face.
I'm gonna look around like on the different sides of the box.
Yep.
And like whenever text appears, I'm gonna like run my finger over it, just because that's how comprehend language works with written.
Okay.
Fat finger a button.
So the other sides, are you touching the sides that your brother already?
No, like,
Okay.
because he like that was a console, so I'm looking for
Yeah.
anything that looks like it's like a title or something like that, and just kind of trying to discern.
I would say on the heartbeat monitor, you get the name Cyrax.
Cyrax. I'll say that out loud. Cyrax. Does that mean anything to anyone?
It is not a god.
Hell yeah.
You are not going to release a god of good
Have
or evil.
Have I run into that at any point? That
No.
name?
Nope.
Okay.
No, this is
You
no
think
one
I should-
name.
You think I should ask him about it?
I'll
He said
go
he didn't
over.
Yeah, go for it.
remember.
I'll push the button for interface. Hold it down. Does the name Cyrax mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
Maybe your name?
Sounds like a stupid name.
What's an example of a good name?
I don't know. I've been trying to think of one for a long time.
How long do you think you've been in there? Oh shit, I can't ask that. Actually, no, wait, I can. I lied. I just cast a spell to be able to do that. Fucking stupid. Oh, wow, I'm dumb. Yeah, how long have you been in there, do you think?
I could not tell you. Time doesn't seem right where I am.
Alright. Well, my name's Sho. Do you think that's a stupid name?
No.
Well, that's cool. Alright.
It sounds interesting and foreign.
Oh, Sho, you gotta tell him your whole name.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's Shoal. It's kind of lame.
No. That's fine.
The Sho is just a nickname, yeah.
Sounds fine to me.
Do you see a flower in there by chance?
No.
Wherever in that place that you are.
No. No flowers, nothing really. I lack perception of all my senses just about besides my sense of self.
Damn, you kind of remind us of someone else that we just ran into that was caged up and stuck in the spot they didn't want to be in.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of grief. I don't know for what, but I feel grief.
You feel
I'm gonna-
angry.
Partially.
Do you feel angry at someone?
I think so.
When you try and remember who you're angry with, do any images come to your mind?
No, the fog takes hold.
You mentioned that you remember that you were in a city in the sky. Do you know what its name is?
I should, but that's why I call it the city of the sky, because somewhere in my notes. I had it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I know I'm still the other voice. We called it the sea above the stars. We lived in the province of sea life. I know this to be my home. This is true.
It's your home. Has it always been your home?
Always since my birth. This is true.
You were born, does that mean you have parents?
If I did, I'd no longer remember them.
Sorry to hear that. It's unpleasant.
Maybe. Maybe they abandoned me.
Also unpleasant.
Faith, what kind of information do you need from this individual before you feel comfortable releasing them?
I don't think the individual, I don't think whatever this is going to be able to give us the information. It either doesn't know or it's lying. So I want to know, I want to see if there's anything in the room that identifies it. So that's what I was planning to do. I was going to look around the room and start like, if there's like books or anything that have survived.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a
and now that you've casted
manifesto.
your ritual, both you and Cho can do investigation checks. You've casted your rituals to go look around.
Reed, I just want to say,
Mhm.
even though it's been like it feels like 4 weeks, the fact that I still have disadvantage from the exhaustion point you gave me is very frustrating.
Delicious.
I got you, girl.
So it's only an 11 for me.
Okay.
A measly 19.
The two of you look about the room. You do see schematics that might be worth taking towards devices that allow you to breathe underwater, artifice that you can just use without any
like the
magical
Jedi ones?
capabilities. Yes. Very
Yo,
similar. Yep.
I want it.
Okay.
Yoink. Those things are so cool.
my god. Oh, yeah, okay. Didn't expect that reaction. That's for sure. Normally I say stuff you guys are like, whatever. I'm thrilled. I'm glad. I love that. Thank you for that reaction. This is new for me. Okay, so moving on. The giant glowing thing. Boring. Where's the bar? Anyway. Another device inside here is the ability to chew something that also allows you to breathe underwater for a duration of time for as long as the item is being chewed.
A water breathing gum?
Yep.
Bro.
Civilization's
crazy.
There is inside here, you guys find in what is slowly dying soon. How would I call it? I guess the fungi biome that they're growing that grows the food and can grow all sorts of different like life forms that help continue this world. So their lighting, their biodegradation, that's what it's called. Biodegradation? Yeah, it is. Right? Cleans the poop.
Yeah.
Cleans the filth.
Yeah.
You find that there. I would say those would be, especially with those roles, the bulk of the technology you find is of friendly utility. Anything of weapons is not here. That doesn't exist. It doesn't seem like there was anything of destruction inside here. There's nothing that tells you anything in particular about the creature. With a 19, you're coming up short, just barely. But you can at least get the sense that this is a device created to house and experiment on beings.
Yeah, I gathered that.
I know.
With
but
the
like,
euthanize feature.
yeah, there's a manual somewhere around here, but you guys didn't roll high enough. So.
Oh, I look again.
With a higher DC, go for it. You were 1 off. It has now went up by 5.
Oh no. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
No. Okay. So this is sometimes how these things
Inspiration.
go. Nope.
No.
He already rolled.
How would that roll?
You guys have to make the call with non-perfect information and frustrating little clarity of morality. This is purposely one of those ones for you. It's not, there's no lack. You've talked to them. There's tons of information that you have already ascertained, but you don't have the smoking gun, which is kind of the fucking point.
I mean, surely if this thing was like extremely dangerous, somebody would have pressed euthanize when the city was under attack, right? They wouldn't have risked it getting out.
Or they weren't thinking of that and they just wanted to save themselves.
My thought is, what if potentially when the city was dying, two friends were in here and one wanted to save the other, and
This is convoluted.
I'm just saying, what if somebody put it in there to preserve it rather than to keep it captured?
But then why would they have a euthanize feature on it?
Maybe the tank wasn't built for them initially. It might just have been their incubation chamber of convenience, I suppose.
Convenience, yeah, a convenient euthanizer, yeah.
I'm just saying, if a scientist knew that this could keep somebody alive until someone else could find them.
If scientists
Maybe.
knew they would keep them alive, they wouldn't put it in a death chamber.
I think you're missing the point, Sho. I think maybe the box just exists as an experimentation thing.
I understand the point, and I'm saying worst case scenario, like you are want to do, Faith, is that this thing is in here for a reason.
Vague. The reason is either that it is being held here to keep it from the outside world, or to keep it for the outside world.
My actual interpretation, though, is that I think they were doing experimentation on this thing, and they didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, I think
I think it's probably a
kill
neutral
switch-
entity.
I think the kill switch is if the
Worst case scenario.
worst case scenario, like if an experiment went
Yeah.
wrong.
I think there
Say
may
we-
be some weird genetic stuff they were trying to do, or something weird that was potentially unethical to our culture.
Hard
So-
cut to River Run.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have learned from our previous arc what bad experiment looks like. This looks like neutral experiment.
Yeah. Maybe. Unsure.
Unsure now the DM made a comment. Fuck's that mean, Reed?
But I guess we could ask it if it wants to see its home, if this is what it calls home. I mean, it would be.
Punk. Yeah.
Imagine being stuck in some place, unable to see or do anything, and just there, and some random passersby are like, "Hey, your home's dead. It's not in the sky anymore. It's just kind of not anymore. Everything's gone." I mean,
We have already told them that.
I know. I'm saying like, damn, and they still can't sense anything. That kind of sucks.
My vote goes to releasing them.
Yes.
Okay, this is a democracy.
One vote.
One vote.
Change them all. You just need one more.
Okay, what are the other votes?
I've
voting.
said we should let him
2-4 so far to let them out.
Yeah, I'm asking the siblings.
Siblings, what are your opinions on the matter?
What's the worst that's gonna happen? I say we let him out.
It has
Considering-
decided.
Considering
Oh,
our track
God.
record, it could be pretty bad.
Look at that.
Well, at least we have magic.
I'm gonna get ready to blow something up.
All right, you can ready a spell.
Oh,
What spell
why,
would you like
why
to
don't
ready?
Just Eldritch Blast.
All right, sounds good.
we should interface with them to let them know what we're going to do.
Yeah, we're gonna kill. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, hey, we're gonna let you out.
Show runs up and
Hey,
euthanises it immediately. Yeah, I guess you do that as I then just rip off of the character scene shit. I was so close. It's all this shit gets torn up.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter how long you've been in there. We're gonna make you young again.
Oh man.
I mean, to be fair, we should probably ask him if he wants to come out. Maybe he likes it in there.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
we'll let him decide,
Mhm.
All right.
or her, or they, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna gender this thing.
Yep. So what are you
Press
doing?
the interface button.
Okay.
So, there appears to be a button here that may or may not release you from this space you're in. Is that something that you're interested in?
Yes, I think it is. I think I would like to know something other than this existence.
Does sound quite drab. Right then. I think we're gonna press the button. Are you ready?
Yes?
If you need a minute to prepare, let me know.
No. I've had time.
All right then. We'll look at everyone else. I let go of the interface button. Last chance.
Let's do
Do it.
Press
it.
Which one button do you press?
the open button.
Ah, okay. Last chance we had. Okay.
I press close.
Got him. Let's see. Okay. So we got that. Move over here a second. I just getting some shit. Give me a second. Just preparing the boss fight.
You said no combat in this dungeon. I trusted you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You're fucking fools.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate combat.
Couldn't have been fucking dying. All right. I just gotta get to. Okay. So, as you guys click the open, you see the glass begin to like defrost basically, and it becomes translucent. You can see the glowing orb begins to come toward the south side of it, and then the glass comes down. And as the glass comes down and as the orb is about to change the threshold, you see these very thin, long, curved, metallic fingers bring their way out as this horrible-looking creature. In chat, it looks very similar to somebody in Magic the Gathering.
Oh
shit.
As
no.
Very good.
Cyrax comes out into the chamber with you guys. This gigantic metallic being looks about your group. It is
just
hunched
crater?
over and like all the way touching the ceiling basically of this room right now as
Oh,
you
God.
see all the twisting and turnings of all these lights and stuff on them. It's not quite as fucking Phyraxian, corrupted, evil fucking bullshit, but it's very metallic and like this horror-like
It's
looking.
him.
Yeah,
It's him.
It's your boy.
All right, Faith was right. Close it. That's a joke. I'm not saying that. I'm not provoking this thing. It's just a prank.
This is life.
Yeah.
This isn't
Oh,
a very good
it's not much.
example.
Not much life around here these days.
No. It wasn't like this before.
What did it used to be like?
Flesh, skin,
Well, it's been quite some time.
Yes. I had parents. The fog, it clears.
Oh.
Yeah. Ramus. And Ingrid were my parents.
Were
You
you
were.
born here?
Yes. The sea above the stars. We were under attack.
Yeah.
We were under
That was many years ago. That has long since happened.
As it's thinking.
As it's thinking, you can hear all like the whirling and like all sorts of artifice, mechanical machinery clicking and turning on the inside, glowing. You could even see essence of like, that bitch got glowstone in him? Maybe. Not sure. You have to crack him open like a crab to find out. But
Does he have a power core?
he does not have a power core in him. Open it up for the power core! I am looking something up. Why don't I write things better in my notes? My notes are a hot mess of shit for the group when we're live and the things I jot down while we're playing. That needs improvement. The world building is doing just fine.
Honestly, most of that is just going back and rewriting them.
Yep, it really is.
Or just get a bunch of colored pens.
All right. All right. This is embarrassing. Pay attention to the man behind the mirror.
So we didn't instantly die. He didn't instantly threaten us, so I'd say we're going pretty good so far.
Oh no, can you not look it up because you're not around?
No, I have it written on my character sheet,
Oh,
so.
fuck. You've told me this 3 times before, and I just keep fucking forgetting, and I keep writing it down in places I can't find. It's really annoying.
Yeah, those ones I wrote because there was one time where I wasn't on my computer, so I literally wrote it on my sheet so that I could keep track of it.
This is good.
It's something along those lines. The spelling might be different from
I
what
got
you
it.
have.
Fuck, that's what it is now, man. You've made it. You've made it to the big leagues.
Playing with the big boys now.
I wish to see my city.
Well, we can continue to walk around.
I mean, the city's still here. It no longer has life.
The city, in the attack that you're thinking of, it was ruined. like Faith has said, it's been a very long time.
As muscle memory begins to take over, you see a like natural position going towards some of the tubes and stuff and checking on their status and seeing them all, failing now at this point. There's almost a sense of melancholy throughout the entirety of this metallic horror. It looks towards the water and puts a bit of its claws in and pulls them out, and then submerges himself into the water and goes down. You guys are left in the room.
Follow it.
Real quick, gonna grab the flower.
It is indeed right there. Do you want to watch the flower's memory? You have collected the final flower.
We're gonna hang on to it.
Choice to let him out to get that flower.
I mean, like we're planning on watching all of these when
Yeah.
we get back to that puzzle room, so we're gonna hang on to it
Okay.
and watch it as soon as we can get back. I think. Yep. Yes.
Okay. So where are you guys going at this point? You're following after him?
I am.
Yeah, I think following him.
Very, very quick as it swims through the water. You have a difficult time, but you're very, very quick underwater as well. Keeping up. You can see almost like awareness slowly feeding back into the body language of Cyrax as it goes back into the courtyard playroom with where all the bodies are, and it just stops cold dead, seeing all the bones of its people.
Thyrax, I'm so sorry.
Can you speak to him under the water? I don't remember. How would you perceive that?
I mean,
Well,
It'd be
he might ask
garbled.
if we-
Mm-hmm.
You can still speak underwater. It's just
Yeah.
garbled.
Garbled. So as you say that, you can clearly hear, in a foreign language, what you imagine to be a prayer of some sort, as he is beside himself. And then he takes off back, going further back toward the city where you guys, initially back to the courtyard, is where he's taken back off toward.
I guess
The throne
all of
room
them.
thing, the big doors are behind you, but you do have all the flowers, and that is basically the other section that would have led you down to the core area. So for
okay.
the sake
that
of
was-
brevity, there is like really garbage loot in those rooms, and really just a couple more puzzles and obstacles you don't have
Okay.
since you already beat my shit.
Can we retroactively say we go and place the puzzle pieces down and watch the memories?
You can go do that, like you're on your way. That's on your way
Okay.
if you're
yeah.
still following him. I'm just saying you don't have
Yeah.
to go to these like last three rooms, because then you're gonna go back down into the core room and then
Yeah,
you're gonna
no,
loop
that's
back
fine.
up. Okay. As your group comes up to the courtyard, Cyrax is nowhere to be seen.
Go to the fountain area.
Yep.
Is he anywhere? in
No.
there?
Like in the, I'm sorry, in like the back fountain. It's like, so you guys emerge out of the water, and you know how that was because I named something the front courtyard, right? This was a back
Yeah.
area, so I misspoke.
I
thought-
meant going to the main courtyard spot.
Gotcha. So
The-
going to the
the
main
crossway.
courtyard, yes, where we're there at the crossways from where we've already started this. You guys come back out or around from that alleyway. the like main Capitol building in the middle, the downed family building, and now you guys come out of the wraparound to the rest of the ruins. You do not see Cyrax anywhere. You do actually passive perception. Who has the highest? What number?
15.
15. That's enough.
Passive. 18.
18. That's enough.
11.
Matthias and Ganu both notice the puddles of water that have been tracked all the way toward the Capitol building.
Yeah, I'll point that out to the group and follow.
Right? Head to the building.
All right. As you guys go in, remember, it's like a bunch of rubble, then you drop down, your ropes are still there. As you get to the very top, you can just see staring at the mural that you guys initially came in and saw in this Capitol building is Cyrax.
If you want to see some of what's been going on, we're about to go up to, I think, the meeting chamber or whatever on the next floor. There's a statue that needs some of these flowers that play memories. And there's a few we haven't reviewed yet, but we could play all of them if you wish to see them.
Is a city a people, or a place, or an idea? What happens when there aren't no one left? Oh,
Well,
Go ahead, Sid.
given that one of my idols is a Kezret, and there are only 2 that exist anymore.
3.
Kezret?
2 real ones.
Oh, that's so rude. Jeez.
All right, I
I might.
cast.
I'm just messing with you. But still, I mean, there are people that have been, their city's been wiped out. They are barely in the double digits in terms of people who contain their bloodline. There's only 2 that have memories of the city. I'm sure, but they still identify themselves by that, by who they were. I think it's in the choice of, if you remember where you came from, it's your choice. You can choose to remember yourself as that of that city or not.
I don't think a city ever does. I think
I think it only dies when the last person stops remembering it. Whether
I don't
they
even think it
forget or
dies
they
now.
die.
I think that life will always be chasing after the unknown, and that there are always going to be curious beings in the future, and they're always going to want to chase the secrets of the world. I'm one of those people, and we stumbled upon this. It hasn't been known to our place in history for hundreds of years, but we still found it, and we found you. So, maybe sometimes a city or a civilization or a culture or a thing will be dormant for a very long period of time, but that doesn't mean it dies. And furthermore, there are other avenues of maintaining those traditions and cultures in museums or other ways of passing them down. So I don't think anything ever dies, and if you want to continue the work to bring light to this beautiful city and make it more beautiful and, back to its old glory, then I think you have all the power to do that.
Cyrax goes up close to the mural and puts its horrible horror claws, metallic claws against the murals.
I don't think the city will be needing restoration. I think what is done is done. What there was is gone, along with the city that I once loved. But you make me remember my curious mind. There is work still to be done. There is always science to explore. Secrets, lost secrets, and forgotten memories. Fun, anew. Maybe I'll join you in a bit. It was the council chamber. Oh. They turned the traps off. All you need to do is cast a prestidigitation spell on the fourth tile from the right side of the staircase.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. We could use that information earlier for sure.
All right.
I guess make our way up to the chamber.
Yep.
Cast on what was instructed to turn the traps off and recover the rope that was hanging over it.
Before we leave him, I want to say, not to be too lighthearted. I know you're having a hard time, but do you remember your name now?
Yes, I remember my stupid name.
So you do still think it's stupid?
Yes, I do. And I think before, I thought it was quite a cool name. It's quite a stupid name.
I don't see why you can't rename yourself. I mean, kind of like a rebirth. You're new in the world. It's different.
Agreed. I want to think about my new name, who I will be, or what I will do.
Oh, if you want to run a few by me when you get a chance. I mean, obviously you're going to be busy for a while, but I'd love to listen.
What was your name again? You're not sure.
Oh, that's
No, that's show there. Yeah. My name is Annafirth. I'll introduce you to everybody here. It's my sister, Faith. Friend Gadu,
Hey.
and Emma Thai is here as well.
Thank you. Awful it is to come to grips with reality. I'd rather live in reality than a delusion.
I hate to ask, but is this what your form has always been?
No. No, it is not.
Okay. Well then, I'm sorry for that.
Yes. Another thing taken.
When you do, oh, I'm sorry, I should preface by asking, where do you plan on going?
Said there are 2 Kesserit survivors. Maybe we can share our grief. I can come to a greater understanding of this new world. Find myself.
We happen to know them.
Yeah, they might actually. That's where we'll be heading when we depart from this place. So,
By chance, is one of these Kesserit's name Adium?
No.
his wife
But
and
his
daughter.
wife, yeah. Is that good?
Just nods. Just nods his awful horror head and what you think can be a ghoulish smile.
Okay.
I'm getting like big Edward Scissorhand vibes from this guy.
I've never seen that movie, but maybe.
I'm getting Jid Gataxis vibes.
Yeah, that's what you should be getting, baby. I bought the mini. Let's go. Just in case you guys were gonna fight it.
Nope. No.
You don't want
I'm
to fight
good.
Jin Gataxius?
Nope. I'm good.
Jin Gataxius is a fuck.
quite possibly the most evil person in all of Magic lore.
Yeah, you're right.
And that includes Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, and Tezzeret. So yeah.
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 That's not even, I'm not even like joking.
It's not even close. Elish Norn is evil, but she's just, you know, a fucking zealot. Jinkataxius, he's a calculated evil monster.
He's got rationale, he's got everything. He's got it all down.
Cold logic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the build of him, but no, it is not Jinkataxius. You are not fighting. You're not interfacing with Jinkataxius.
That's good.
For now.
Oh god. He's gonna have kids.
So,
If we're gonna
shall we head?
bring him to see Ashen, we should probably
Yeah.
give him a heads up.
Oh, we will. We will.
So-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, this is our new friend, Joe.
I think
I think I like the name Joe. Is that good? Is that cool?
Take your name.
Let's go up to the council chamber and mess around with the flower puzzle.
You got it.
Flower puzzle.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, you have all 5. It will be a very long process of trial and error, basically, until you figure out that each of the bumps on the bottoms align with the bumps on the ground, which you've already pieced together a bit of to get all the lines to align. And you just need to play the memories first for that all to work out. I don't want to go through that.
I was
You're
basically just saying
there.
we just watch through the memories and
Yeah,
then
and it's
piece
gonna
it
open
together.
because they have to be in a certain order. It's fine. You'll figure it out eventually which order it needs to be in. If this
we
was
were
video,
on the right track before.
you were all right. As I described, the lines were lighting up but not perfectly aligned. Like that was gonna be hints of which way the patterns have to go. You figure it out. Okay, you do. I believe in you. I don't think any of us really care to go through that right now. Through your brilliant deduction, like your basic intelligence alone should be able to solve the block puzzle that we're at this point. Does the 2 bumps go with the 2 bumps? Yeah.
My basic 20 intelligence is kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's literally no reason to put us through this.
I think that one goes there. Joe, that doesn't seem right.
Anfred, did you finish kindergarten? Or did they not do the shapes thing for you in school?
I moved boxes around when I was a child.
Okay.
they
It's
were all
very-
they were all the same shape.
It was wild when he saw his first circle or sphere. It was horrifying. Entire world
Just a couple of weeks
collapsed.
ago, it was really weird.
That's why he then uses a mace. This is his origin story.
Oh.
Jesus. Okay. So
Look at that circle. I'm gonna put it on a chain.
the first one was the father giving the hugging his daughter on her birthday. The second one is that father in this council chambers. This is one you haven't seen. Okay. You see a merfolk surrounded with other merfolk and other amphibian creatures inside this memory. One of which even like a gigantic octopus sitting in like out of one of those pools in this council room that is obviously no longer there. But even that, just like, is that just like an octopus chilling on like on a couch or some shit? Like partially in the water, like what or like in a hot tub? Like what the fuck is that shit? So a little bit of that. But you hear we took them in. We trusted them as best we could, and we trade, and this was supposed to be a benefit, but this has clearly been a fake, a show, a a switch of our trust and intentions. Our things are going missing, and our people are missing. Our technology is going missing. This wasn't what we signed up for, and I fear for what this could mean for our city. I really ask this council reconsider this trade agreement that we have struck. I think there was more strings attached than we knew. We can't just undo all of the progress we've made over, what, a few missing people, potentially just fell off the city like some do from time to time, potentially drunkards. They were scientists. Scientists can get drunk, they can get lost. They're no different. Until you have proof, Mr. Scientist, of what is happening, he could not cripple the economy of our great city. I don't have proof. I just have reasonable suspicion. I can. It makes logical sense of where this is, of what is going on. I don't have the means yet. And until you have the means, then we can't do anything. Cyrax, we have always valued your opinion, and we appreciate it. But at this time, until you have some sort of solid proof that something else is going on here, we have to continue with the norm. Then I will do my best. I will see you in a week's time, hopefully, with some information. Be well. May your travels be swift. As that memory fades.
As that one ends, I'm gonna kind of gesture whoever's tapping them to stop, and then walk back out to the rotunda area.
Yes.
Is he still staring at the mural?
He's not there.
Oh. I'll just look around. Cyrax?
You get a nice reverberation in this hall.
If he doesn't show up, I'll just go back and...
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I was gonna grab him, but he's wandered.
Okay. The next one. You see as you click the next one, there is two merfolk. One that you now recognize as Cyrax, and another of similar thin stature, that has his blues and purple colors, as the two of them are confronting that same octopus you saw in that room, what looks to be inside the kid area that you saw earlier with no kids. It's like partially flooded, so it's like partial swim time where they allow some air above and water below so they can interact. But the octopus right now is all up on one of the gyms late at night as the two are sitting there, and you hear and see as this occurs. You're selling it. You're selling all of our information, aren't you? I know it. I can see. You let me see your ledger. Let me see your ledger and your shipments. I know how many shipments have left, and I know there's going to be a discrepancy in the records. Lord Titus, you have betrayed us.
I betrayed nothing of the sort. I have done what's best for our people. And this is a branching of favor. Things will be better now.
The other one explodes in rage and goes up toward the octopus, Lord Titus, and immediately you see Cyrax try and hold back, but shoves him over and jumps up, and immediately Lord Titus puts his octopus arms all around, starts choking out the individual as he's just cursing at him, just saying all sorts of horrible things, and we'll be slaves as he's being choked. But Titus, don't do anything to regret. Put him down, and we can talk about this in a civilized manner. The body falls, still barely breathing, but alive.
I do not take threats from scientists. You are nothing. And you will continue to be nothing. The face of man in the seas, it is repulsive. You will find your place, your proper place, in the stars. What is done is done.
Leaves. As it goes away, you see below an individual he was actually sitting on was a female Triton, was below, and then just snaps the neck as he leaves. And you hear a horrible wail from the other Triton as Cyrax tries to do anything to help the situation as the memory fades. With the one in the mirror, you finally get the one that was in the, not the mirror world, in the shower. You can see the two scientist merfolk in that very same room you were just in not too long ago. You can see the shake of the room as it seems like doomsday is upon this sea in the sky. See about the stars. I just need some time. I think this is we can make this work. We've changed some of the properties of it, and we can make things better. We can at least push it back. Buy us time to get everybody out. Get us down to the sea. What are you doing? You're blind. Other person. They're gonna be the same voices. I can't do. I guess I could do I'll do an echo. Differentiate. You're blind, Cyrax. You're blind to it all. There's only one choice left. Only one choice to make. You either choose this path, or you choose obliteration. God be damn. Zahanis, look at me. Everything is not binary in our world. It is not a 1 or 0. There are other options. We can come up with stuff. The time, I almost have something here. We can basically synthesize a champion. We can do something special. Listen to me. can't see it, but I will do anything to save our people. Anything. And it will be done. Whether you're with me or not. And you see Cyrax just sort of like, what the fuck does that mean? As all of a sudden they begin tussling. And you begin to see how the fight occurs inside this lab. And with Cyrax being thrown into the shower as he's banging on it, and the stuff is being, the OPEC is starting to come up. His body begins to already degrade as he's slamming on it, screaming at Sahanis! Sahanis! Just should have given the Fathoms a chance. And with that, you start to see like little bits of runes on the individual's face before it fades. Then it's the Forgath memory. And then I think the Forgath memory is the very last one. So those are all the 5 memories of this. As those happen, all the lights go to the statue, and the back room opens. It splits up into an area where there seems to be one last flower on a table in a area that has all these protected heirlooms. You see all sorts of golds and curios and pots and portraits, blues and marble whites, everything pristine. You can literally see the difference of like the wear and tear of the ruin to the pristine of this room. Lined are riches, golds, artifacts, and different looking safes, and again, curios and such. What are you guys doing?
Approach the last flower.
As you click the last flower, you see Cyrax speaking to that same little girl who's a little bit older inside this memory. And he goes, I'm sending you back to a family back home. Far, far. But Dad, we are home. Yeah, yes, but your cousins, they miss you and they need to see you. I don't like my cousins. They're really weird and they smell very different and bad. I don't want to go. It's all right, dear. It'll only be for a short time. I want you to take this. He pulls out a small opal-looking, perfectly polished pearl and hands it to her. This is something to spend your time, keep you busy. It has many interesting stories and research and other facts of our wonderful world. You said you always wanted to be a warrior. Well, you have to make sure you still train that mind to become sharp and strong. So make sure you take that, and when you're done with it, then you can share it with your uncles and your cousins. She takes it. I was kind of really hoping for a sword. Well, be well. Kisses her on the forehead, and then you see what was once a teleport pad where this is. It, like, water comes up like a water portal, and she disappears. And then you see him crack the portal or the teleport circle inside.
Was Cyrus around, or excuse me, Cyrex around for any of that?
Nope. MIA. This is just for you guys.
Well, in retrospect, I think we did make the right decision. Seemed like he was the only one standing up for his city.
Hodri sounded like a good guy.
You guys want to loot
Once
the
again,
room?
Canyon was right. There's loot.
Yeah, I said the room is filled with loot and curios.
I was probably.
Yeah, I think you were.
Let's loot
I
the
apologize.
room.
Investigation check. You have
All right,
gotten to the
everybody?
secret room at the end of the dungeon, guys.
Let's go! I saved my inspiration for this.
I also am using my inspiration.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
23 total.
Oh, that's what you're here for. 15.
Ooh.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Let's go, Anford.
The
There
plus
is-
9 investigation guy gets the lowest investigation. Nailed it.
there is 15,000 gold pieces worth of art pieces in here. With your 23, you're able to crack 2 of the 3 safes inside this room, in which you find 8 glowstone and 2 mage candy.
Glowstone, that's so many.
It is. Of the ancient gold that is laying out and about in here, especially the forms of even necklaces and such, it's valued at about 10,000 gold pieces for just the stuff that's laying around, and an additional probably 10,000 gold pieces ahead for solid gold statues of the creatures inside here. So you would have each of the races are represented on almost like chessboard pieces that are like this big, not this big, like this big. And so there's gold of all the species and races that once lived inside here, inside the city. So each of those add up to about 100,000 gold pieces for the collection.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me just run that back, because I know I missed some stuff.
15,000
I
gold
got-
pieces of art pieces.
Got that?
10,000 of loose gold, 100,000
10,000.
of, you still got to sell it. 100,000 gold pieces of
Statuettes.
statues, basically 100 gold statues. And they're actually probably not gold. They're worth gold pieces, but they would be like oyster pearls, like made out of oyster pearls, basically.
That's so beautiful. We gotta hang on to them.
What value do they have?
They represent all the people.
And then I had 8 glowstone and
Yep.
how many mage candy?
2
2.
It's a
mage
lot of good
candies.
stuff.
Inside here, the other safe you guys weren't able to crack.
We bring the safe with us.
You have another safe in your stupid thing, so you can try.
How
This
heavy
one's
is
much
it?
bigger though. This is probably like 8 feet by 3 feet by 4 feet.
All right, so we don't leave till we crack the safe. Easy.
Yeah, probably. I'd recommend it, but you gotta get
mean,
creative.
I could give it a try.
I wasn't kidding.
We could try to find Cyrax again.
I'm ready.
Is it like a mechanical safe?
No, it actually, like the other ones were. This one very much resembles the safe you already picked up a while ago.
It's like
Just
arcane.
a way bigger one. Yeah, it's an arcane
Yeah.
safe.
Hi. Well, Genu, how strong are you feeling? Do you feel like you can maybe dispel the lock on this or anything like that?
It's a magical lock.
Mm-hmm.
I can give it a go. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I got some some spells I can use. Yeah. I'll dispel it.
That's a good start.
Does anything happen?
No.
Damn. Didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work? No roll? No nothing?
Well, he did what level? Can you roll? That's what I was asking. Like, when you dispel,
Yeah,
do you actually
this-
make a roll?
It's like counter
It
spell, yeah.
depends
It's like
on the
counterspell?
level.
I was waiting
Okay.
on you.
Yeah, it's not high enough.
It is.
It's not high enough.
It is counter spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and roll. I thought so, but then I
Counter-
thought we did it one time where you're like, Reed, it's not counterspell. I'm like, oh.
Well, it counterspell is basically reactionary dispel magic.
Yeah.
It's just a straight roll.
It's
plus
it's
your-
a D20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
There is inside here, webbed shoes that allow you to travel triple speed underwater, triple your speed. That's in here
In just the normal area?
in water when you're swimming in water.
Oh, I mean those shoes are where?
Inside this area, so there's also artifacts and stuff all around.
Okay,
here, So
okay.
I'm also.
Just be my wisdom modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so whatever your D20 plus your wisdom.
Yep. So 17.
17.
Mhm.
So that would dispel anything that's
Seventh
7th
level
level
or
or
lower.
lower.
It
Yeah.
opens. You dispel.
Yeah!
It was level 7.
Woo! Nice job, Ganu. You never cease to amaze me.
Ganu the Manu.
As Ganu is sweating and furiously using his druidic magic down here, you guys can see each of like the runes on it slowly going out one by one, and he's focusing real hard, and he's feeling like he's just about to lose it as the final rune goes out and just click. As soon as it opens, glowstone begin falling out of it.
How much?
Is it like a lottery slot thing where you hit the jackpot and shit just starts coming out?
No, it's propped up against it. So as you fucking put that shit down, as you open the safe and peek in on this standing safe, there is a total 20 glowstone within inside the safe.
20.
Oh, we're rich now. With power!
There is also spell scrolls in here. There are 5 spell scrolls. There are books galore. There's probably like 15 books. Volumes that are all histories of the sea in the stars, the sea above the stars. So 1 through 15 volumes of their recorded history. And a few of those pearls. Probably 3 of those pearls are in here. That you saw Cyrax give his daughter. Here you go.
Got all those, Zach.
Yeah, I got them all written down. Is there anything amongst that we could not fit in our bag?
No. Just the safe was guarding it all.
Well, I would say we've succeeded in our mission.
Side quest type. Side quest type.
I'd say so.
And it's all thanks to you, Ganu. We couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, guys. It's a team effort. Everyone did amazing.
My favorite part was the part where you were stuck in the wall for a couple hours.
That was an interesting part.
It's like a blur. Just one big blur for Ganu.
All right. Is there anything else that we need before we gather our things and head back to the surface? Oh my goodness. Sorry, that oh my goodness was out of character.
No,
We
you guys
should,
good? You good?
We should find Cyrax and then head back up, right?
I guess try to find him and
Okay.
go from there.
As you guys exit out of the Capitol building, you see Cyrax looking out toward where you guys camped, and like almost unable to cross the threshold. You see this hesitancy, and he turns to your group.
Find anything interesting in there?
The fruits of your city's constant efforts, I'm sure. And we'll ensure that those efforts aren't spoiled.
Good. Good.
I'm sorry no one listened to you.
Yeah, I am too. It seems like nobody could have stopped it anyway. So all come back. All of it.
That one, the scientist you worked with, Xanis?
Yeah, one of my best friends, a hot-headed moron. But it looks like even his efforts were in vain.
He's still around.
What? You see his demeanor change
A bit as all of a sudden he coils around and is imposing now towards the group as he leans down to you, Faith, in interest hearing this.
It seems what he did when you two disagreed. First of all, I think we've seen several of your memories in the flowers that have been strewn around the city. It seems in an effort to try and save the city, he made a pact with an entity called the Great Leviathan, Golzolt.
fathoms. Radicals. Monstrous people. We do not deal with them.
Well, he did in an effort to try and save the city. And in doing so, he became under its thrall, a thrall under its control, and he still exists as a very, very powerful and dangerous entity.
Do you see a saved city around us? This is not.
He did.
Do
He
not
did
take my
try.
anger. It's not towards you. It's towards the abomination of the fathoms.
I will say he did try, but he didn't have power against. I think it was a dragon god.
That is what we were warned was coming. That's what I tried to warn them all it was coming. The madness raids. The monstrous dragonborn. Do they rule these lands now?
Well, no, actually, a group of heroes called the Chosen. They were handpicked by the various gods to pass down the influence Malor was having and kind of right the balance between the gods and prevent a collapse from happening.
These Chosen still around.
A couple. Some they had items gifted by the gods that gave them long life, but several of them renounced them so that they could pass on their own terms. There's only maybe 2 still around, but they're not really accounted for.
So, of these Chosen, which of the majocracies did they save?
Oh, this was after the Magocracies fell. This was many, many years after.
Oh,
The only one that still exists is Last Star. Or the Meeks, I think. That's what they used to be.
the Meeks, they survived. We tried.
Yeah.
We tried to save them in the end. We tried to protect them, at least those that agreed with me. We sent them back to the mountains of Tabula Rasa.
Well, that's where we are. We're a few hundred miles away from where they are, but it's the same mountain range.
Doesn't look the same to me. But I believe you.
That's where the two remaining survivors of the Kaiseret are. They're in what is now the city of Lastar.
With the Fathoms, they exist. The Dragonborns do not.
The Dragonborn exist. At least a handful do. There's a whole thing. Many of them were held captive by the goddess of chaos in a different plane. And then when the Chosen defeated her and struck down her corrupted avatar, they were released back into the world. But, I mean, they were just trying to escape and live their life. I think a lot of them are still far to the east on the other continent.
Are you sympathetic toward them?
Well, the Dragonborn I have no issue with. They live like any other creatures in the lands. They have good and bad in their ranks.
The Fathoms have thrived all this time, and their corruption. Does Tabula Rasa still stand?
We're in Tabula Rasa.
Sure. But the Fathoms wish to sink the majority of the continent. Is there?
Oh,
We could be in
I
a
haven't done
mountain.
it yet.
No.
at the very least, there's a very large continent that we are a part of. Enough for 4 entire kingdoms. I don't know if any parts have been sunken.
Interesting. I will have to discuss this.
I'll pull out my map of Tabula Rasa and I'll show him, like, this is what it looks now.
A bit smaller than the past, but it is the same.
I don't know how much the Fathoms thrive. We've only had our direct run-in with the champion, who is Xenos.
As soon as you say his name again, locks in, and you can see the hatred begin to build. I will tear it.
Well, last we saw him, he had a run-in with Mrs. Azurin, and she kind of sent him
Into space.
She said she sent him up, like very far up, like outside of beyond the sky.
If he is not dead, or already dead, I will wreak my grief on the Fathoms.
I know at least the creature still exists because it's haunting me.
Cosalt.
Yes.
What seas does he call home?
At the moment, our best guess, and I'll pull up the map again, and I'll kind of signal the whole Ishaya Sea, like that entire chunk between Lastar and Sorenmere. as far as my best guess, it's in this realm because I have a connection with a creature in this sea, and it's being attacked by the Leviathan.
You say it is free in these seas, and yet it is not sunk.
I don't think maybe it's not free. Maybe it's trying. It tried to do something with me, and when they tried to do something with me, they released the champion. So maybe it's the creature itself is not free, but I don't have information for you. I'm just speculating right now.
It's good to
A creature
hear.
of that magnitude has not been seen in this sea, but this is the influence where, as far as I'm aware, its presence has been known. It's only come to me in dreams.
Speaking of Ashaya, that generator thing that's found deeper in, isn't there something like that in Ashaya?
There is.
Shia still exists.
Was that a Magocracy?
It was a flying city, not so much a magocracy.
It's on the ground. It's in the sea now, but it still thrives.
What
And
became
I'll
of
point.
the temples below Shia?
Are these temples dedicated to gods by chance?
Not just gods, planes, ideas, concepts. There's many things down there. It was of one of the most valuable resources.
Because and I point to like all five of us, we ran into a series of temple-like chambers beneath the city that are currently dedicated to the Chosen and the gods they represented.
Shia's labyrinth of the mind adapts to the world that we live in. The mysteries of the people that inhabit those labyrinths. It gives them what they seek.
There's actually an entity that came out of one of those temples, by the name of Iki Iki. I don't know if that means anything to you, but
It does not mean anything to me.
I mean,
That sounds like a story.
although I don't know if he knew about the tunnels under Ashaya, but he was in a temple that was connected to the tunnels.
Fascinating. Regardless, I think it's time we leave this tomb to rest. I need to meet with this Kesserat survivors and figure out my place in this world. There's clearly some fathoms that need to be destroyed.
I will gladly collaborate with you on that one. Because I have basically no information as to whatever that thing is. I just know it's haunting me.
Serpentine monster, the god of the endless black seas. It corrupts all of our people. It corrupted my people in the past and many times. It tried to sink the sea in the sky. It lives for a world all beneath the ocean seas. It lives in its own bastardized plane, trying to seep into our world. As much as we love the ocean, we are no fools. We share this life with other creatures and beings. It is not just one sea.
All right, enough of the depressing talk. Let's start making our way.
Okay.
Do you guys leave Aquarius?
Yeah.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, you guys leave Aquarius with not Jingataxius, with the metal creature with no name at the moment, as it rethinks what its name is. I'm going to change the music. You guys can take a break. A quick break. Done. Well, not done. Well, I don't know. Fuck it. Go take a break. Start recording. The group. You guys exit out with your new nameless friend as Aquarius. As you guys are walking up the steps, begins to finally crumble and descend as the water floods in without the power core. Aquarius is finally in its final resting place. A lost people in a lost city buried beneath the mountains inside Last Star and Tabula Rasa. All that is left are memories. There is no more of the sea above the stars. You guys emerge out into that top area. The aurora has faded. Aura has faded. The aurora borealis is no longer there. The place itself is cold once again up here. It is no longer warm like when you first initially came. Everything seems to have, in the time that you were gone, started the process of freezing over like the rest of the mountain that you were seeing before. You can tell that your nameless companion no longer feels heat or cold and is indifferent to the current conditions.
Good for him.
Do you guys want to camp out here or progress down to the day's journey about to the town, the military base? Do you want to travel back to Last Star? What is the play?
I figure depending on how much time in the sky, like if it's night now or if it's
night now.
Okay.
You spent a whole day in the dungeon.
We should also take into account that, like, civilization is probably not ready to see something like this.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, excuse me for being crass in front of you, you do look a bit frightening, but upon talking with you and realizing where you're from, I mean, we've had the Malorans in our midst for a few decades now. Perhaps it's not too much of a stretch. Maybe if we just, like, sent a message to the commander or one of the guards that we met at the post when we went through, just to prepare them.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying we should avoid civilization.
Okay,
Just saying.
yeah,
I was just saying we should prep.
I agree. Do you have a cloak? I wasn't on the voice. My bad.
Yeah, who even was that?
I don't know. That was weird.
You have sheets, bed sheets, or some.
I've got a tent.
Can I use it temporarily?
Yeah, go ahead.
He takes it.
Places it over himself to obscure most of his features. He's just got his awful looking Jin Kataxia's face sticking out. He looks like that like Willy Wonka scene where all the laundry's there and all the shit's underneath it from not the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, the good one.
Gene Wilder one?
Yes, Gene Wilder.
Got you.
He's a walking like clothesline right now.
I'd say maybe camp out here and then get an early start in the morning.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Sure. You mind starting
Yeah.
this
I'll
heater?
do the thing. I'll do the thing, yes.
You start the heater. No Name does not need to sleep ever again. and he
Oh.
will help to take watch.
Oh, he doesn't need anything.
What happened to this guy?
Is he okay?
He does not require food, water, or sleep.
Oh, that's how he survived for thousands of years,
Whoa.
potentially.
He is more machine than being.
Does he need like oil changes? Like,
I know, but you get.
Very personal, Justin.
I don't fucking know.
Would he know? No, he's got to learn too. So only I know right now.
Oh, no one knows.
Yeah.
I can take first watch so that everybody can get a jump start on getting their spells back.
I was gonna do a few hours as well, or not a few hours, but spending some time identifying the 5 scrolls.
Good call.
Good save.
They are.
I'm not gonna write down the scrolls because I don't care about them.
Wow. Okay.
Wait,
just saying.
but I don't have Justin,
Oh.
write them down.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I will
That
write
for-
them down.
Too bad.
Yeah, took that for granted.
He's like, fuck. I don't have what I need. It's alright, we're tag teaming this. I got you. What's the power?
Spell scroll of Ice Storm.
Oh,
Spell scroll of Fireball. Always.
Fireball.
Spell scroll of Mass Heal.
That's heal. That's okay.
Spell scroll of Remove Curse.
That
Curse.
sucks. We don't need that.
Spell scroll of
Curse.
Greater
Everything
Restoration.
fine.
Greater restoration? Trash. Alright. I didn't even write them down because they suck.
The Mass Heal is a level 9, bucko.
I did write them all down, don't worry.
Those were spell levels. Fireball was spell level 7.
Ooh, shit.
Ice Storm was 5. How was the other one?
Hey.
Remove Curse was 3, and Greater Restoration was 5. The other one, last one was
Greater restoration was what?
5.
Very nice. Alright, I used the spells. We're not kidding.
I channel God.
I lay them on top of each other and cast them all at the same time.
Oh my god. What happens?
It
I
just-
combined them all to
it
be a
breaks.
20th level spell.
It breaks. You look into the abyss and you see the creator. Oh, don't do that, bitch! What the fuck was that? There's only one spell scroll left. What happened to spell scrolls? You said you were gonna do them all at once. I don't. What? What? All right. So, taking first watch is who?
In Cataxis
And
and Matthias, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go unless anybody.
go ahead and make
super
a
wants to.
perception check.
22.
Cool.
Rolling good tonight.
It is calm and still once again on the top. You do not hear any breathing from the creature next to you, only the pulsating of the weird technology inside, the clicking and rattling of artifice. And it is quiet.
I forgot how quiet, but loud the world could be.
true. The world writes its own melody, and when we get caught up in everything that we do, we very often tend to ignore the beautiful things that are right in front of us.
I spent ages inside there in nothingness, the plane of non-existence. And here, many would say this is silence. But you can hear the dropping of snow, blowing of wind, faintest noises of life. This is beautiful. And whatever I can be.
You must forgive me if I come off as rude, but from what we saw in your memories when you went into the chamber, you were a Triton, and what we see before us now is not exactly that. What happened while you were in there?
I'm uncertain. I know I was trying to create something special, something powerful. We were experimenting on many creatures, beings. And I must have gotten mixed in. When's a harness for me in there?
I'm sorry, your fate is this. Soon, we'll be in a city full of curious people much like yourself, and even before we get there, you should know that you aren't alone.
I would certainly like to not feel alone again. Look forward to that feeling. This is true.
And I'll just continue my normal watch routine of quietly playing music to keep myself awake and watching.
Who's up next?
I'll go next.
I'll go.
Roll perceptions.
Big Perceiver 4.
38.
Hey, I gotta
Oh my
do my
God.
part. Gotta do my job.
Man, it could have been good, but I'm still exhausted. One was a natural 20, the other one's a 13.
All right.
It's better than 4.
You guys pass through. Matthias goes to sleep. And is there anything you want to ask, No Name, before you go to sleep?
You sat on the game yet?
I'm just. Do you think? I just need to know more information about Golzolt. What I can expect to try and deal with, or any potential hints as to what I should be looking for to help my patron.
Who is your patron again? Last week?
No, it is a Kieran by the name of Sealight.
We had Kieran that was a part of our council for some time. So-called Sea Light. It was actually called Starwood. Fascinating. Maybe they're related. There's not many Kieran out in the world.
Imagine not. From what I researched about them after my encounter, they're pretty heavily sought out.
Yes. Starlight wasn't one to give out wishes. As public as they were. that sort of wore off over time. I'm sure my specialty wasn't deities and such. Magical creations, artifice, science. The depths of the oceans. We had a dream to map the entirety of the ocean. We were doing very, very good work as well. We made it a quarter of the way before collapse. The goal was born out of those that saw our work as wrong, unnatural. They wanted to keep everything within the Black Seas. I'm not sure how I could help you or give you more information about your patron.
I mean, right now all I know is that it's some sort of malevolent deity, this Leviathan, and it's targeting Sea Light for some reason. It's hurting her. I know it's got some presence in the sea. When we had our encounter with the champion, there was this underwater temple with iconography related to both the Leviathan and Sea Light. It had these weird fish-like creatures, not quite the same as the Triton we've seen in some of the memories or out on journeys in the sea, but
you hear him name off a bunch of names that mean nothing to you.
I just kind of shake my head. I mean, really, that's about all I know. I haven't been able to find, in the few times we've had a chance to look in any sort of library-like settings, which hasn't been very much since all of this has really happened. Nothing really turns out. It's even people who are very knowledgeable in these things can't even recognize the name Kozalt. So maybe it's been lost to time and it's resurging. I don't know.
I think you do know. Sounds like you're saying exactly what you think. Are you a would-be scientist?
More of a student. I've been fascinated with magic all my life, and I tried my hand at being a wizard, but the study of magic didn't come very naturally to me. Yes, in a sense, the Kieran granted my wish by granting me some amount of magic as long as I kept true to who I was inside. And gave me a prophecy that was vague.
They tend to be vague. Prophecies.
Still doesn't really make much sense to me, but strange things have been happening that make me worried it's closer to the horizon than I hope it would be.
Sun sets every day over the ocean, but it does always rise again somewhere else in another seas. The black waters will come, and they will fade, just as the tides and the shores. They talk of all sorts of rhetoric in my time. And it amounted to what? Clearly nothing. If people do not even know the names of these fathoms.
On the other hand, maybe it speaks volumes to those who did act that it doesn't rule the world anymore, or it wasn't successful. That the actions of
the world domination, but you're right. The hypothesis of this land would be succumbed underwater.
Maybe those like you, your efforts may not be remembered, but it doesn't seem like the continent's entirely underwater, so...
Scientist or not, student, make a hypothesis, then test the hypothesis to see. Then maybe you'll find your answer. Go in one way, asking a question, and don't stop until you're able to answer their question. At the end, you'll be that much closer to learning what this is all about.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
You were almost you were close to something. You almost got something I don't want you to get. You were real close. Oh, I was worried.
All right. Anyway, you guys take your rest, and with that, we turn to Matthias. Matthias.
Hold up.
Matthias. Matthias.
Yeah.
No. Stop whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, fucking cut it out.
It just happened. Morning is just now happening.
Not asking for that.
Okay.
Not
I was
asking
worried.
for that roll. You haven't woken
Okay.
up yet. I thought that's what you were doing.
Okay.
Drifting off to sleep. You dream of your journey ahead. Your journey home to Last Star. It's exciting to finally be somewhere home again. Safe, familiar. You run through the plan in your head over and over again. We're going to go to the fort, make sure we send word ahead of time, travel down those roads again, make our way, see some relief. And you visualize what opening up into the office, seeing is Professor Zurin in discussion with another professor. As she looks toward you, there's a brief smile of recognition. She continues talking as you then take a seat, listening in. As these two carry on their conversation, you recognize one of them, a ghastly-looking older figure.
It was really wonderful catching up with you, Lady Azurin. It's something special. Opportunities like these don't come up quite often, and I thought it was great for us to discuss some of our intrigues and interests.
It was fine speaking with you as well. Appreciate the debates.
Yeah. Well, I see you have a guest.
Oh. I thought this was with you, or in your necromancy cloaks for your house.
Oh, so they are. Excuse me. Yes, that's right. Well, they are part of my house, but they are here for you, Mrs. Earl.
Excuse me. With that, you see a conflux of spell slinging go on between the necromancy professor, Mrs. Urin, and the individual, as you see through your eyes, with black plate scale armor, throwing spells back and forth at it, Professor Zurin. It happened so quickly Professor Zurin has the opportunity to nearly annihilate the necromancy professor and the vision in which you see, the point of view you see from. But from behind, something gets stabbed into her neck. She pushes it off, and as she begins to fall, she cracks a stone in her hand, in her metallic hand. And she then, as she takes one step, comes back up. When that happens, more spells are being flung at her as she continues to counter them and counter-attack them. A third figure shows up in Dragon's Guild armor, and then a fourth, and then a fifth. As she becomes surrounded by these individuals, she goes to teleport away, only for her spell to be countered and a collar to be slammed around her neck.
It was a pleasure working with you, Professor. Enjoy your sabbatical.
And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
What a douchebag.
That's very rude of you, Reed.
Pretty rude.
Nope! It's not! It's unfortunate the way things played out that you're going to take it to her, but this is the direct consequence of you ignoring the necromancy professor.
I mean,
Consequences! But yeah, it's not your fault.
What could I have done against that?
Well, I mean, things
I
could
would
have
have
went
had a
differently
collar on
earlier.
me.
It was
Against
different.
what? Against what, Professor?
The necromancy.
Necromancy
professor.
head.
Who?
Exactly.
They raise dead people.
So the original first arc, remember, we were trying to do on episode 4, and then Justin's like, "Lol, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck you." This is the exact oral scenario all over again, in the sense of like, I'm just gonna ignore that. Fuck that. You keep ignoring it, things happen.
It worked.
So I'm kind of annoyed though, because I didn't want these to coincide. And there's a very big reality you didn't let the person out, but and then you immediately mentioned the Kezerat. I'm like, oh fuck, like I thought I had some time. But great. All right, next week. No, yes, next week. Next session.
Yes.
We will be traveling to see Professor Zurin. Let's see how that goes.